Alright guys, welcome to the Blind Wave Podcast. We'll turn this back down and we are here with everybody.
So low.
Yes. Hello everybody, welcome to the Blind Wave Podcast.
Hey, what's up?
Hi.
Hello.
For those that were asking, I know Cobb asked, it was a Super Mario Bros. 2 Overworld remix by The Name Is a Fail. So it's from a remix compilation, which is a fun one I like. I found it a while back and I really enjoy that one. So that's what that music was. I also had Metal Gear Solid, Pokemon X and Y, different things like that on it. So we got a hype train going already. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Nice.
Lots of subscriptions here. Cobb with the resubscribe asking that. We had Franklin Lowe gifting a sub. We had Skinner18 resubbing. All kinds of stuff causing a hype train. Patrick Bro cheering. Thank you guys. We appreciate it.
Claws.
Rick, why is your thumb still up?
Blind Wave baby.
Can I put it down?
Yes. I don't know why it's up.
Thank God. Oh.
You've been sitting there for so long just holding your thumb up. so silly. So, but anyway, hopefully everyone's had a good week. Been eventful for Blind Wave and whatnot. Right?
Yeah, miss you guys. It's been so long.
Yeah.
It's been yes. It's been a busy week. As you may have seen on YouTube, we've started trying to work things back into the studio a bit. So some things are starting to roll a bit more there as well. Obviously, some of us are still home right now because of the way the podcast stuff was set up and what we were able to get moved around and rearranged and everything. But things will slowly be coming back as we can and what we can do. Yes, I realized at the 15-second countdown that I didn't do a YouTube video. I was hoping maybe one of them did.
Eric did one.
I
but he
did
might
one.
not have put it public.
Because I was deafened and muted.
Still processing?
All right, it's processing, guys. It's coming. So, yeah, I don't know if Eric and them saw me, but I was like,
Oh, that's what you were
and then Eric's just like, yeah, I'm good. I'm ready. Thumbs up.
Come on.
So,
Yeah, I didn't know what you were saying when you were like, I thought you had like done something in Discord and all the overlay and everything was fucked up.
no. The overlay is the same as it has been, so.
Should have just like written a note and held it up to the camera.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. But anyway.
Video's ready. Video's up. There are no good automatic thumbnails. They're all shitty. I'll just use the crappiest one. All right.
All right. So how's
I
everyone's
love it
week?
when that happens.
How's everyone's week been?
Like you said, it's been interesting. We've been seeing what we can do, what we can't do, what we have to wait on, what we have time to do. So It's been a lot of experimentation. I think Tuesday was the day where we just like kept setting up and being like, nope, that doesn't work, and set up again. No, that doesn't work, and set up and set up and set up until we're like, all right, I think this might work. And then we didn't record anything.
No, we still had a lot of moving around and setting up and stuff.
But yeah, it's been one of those weeks where it's just like a transition period so that we can get into the next transition period so that we can get to the stuff we were working on transitioning into before this happened.
Yeah, I guess that's about right. Lots of transition.
Yeah.
Lots of stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, but anyway, yeah. People were wondering
you know-
who stole your Black Series stuff, I guess. People were like, where's Eric? Why has he got no Black Series? And then,
yeah,
Calvin, you have a nice guitar back there. Play it.
Nah,
I had another water
can't play.
incident and lost my whole collection. No, I'm actually at the studio because we were at the studio today, but for the podcast, we don't have the ability to, or we do, we just didn't have the time to set everything up. So those guys went home, but I already brought my computer back, so I didn't want to bring it back to my house and then back here tomorrow. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll just go upstairs and set it up there. So
Yep.
I'm still at the studio right now.
Yep. And then I rushed home to try to make sure I had everything because I already had everything here at home set up, and we didn't have everything moved over there yet. So we're all good at least going with this. So, well, with one of the things too through the week, going into the studio, is that my truck is dead. I tried to start it. What day was it? Monday.
Oh, okay.
Well, I haven't had a chance to try to mess with it anymore. So I was gonna do it last night. I was delayed last night, didn't get to it. The day before on Monday, it rained the whole day, and I didn't want to mess with like trying to jump it or get it. But right now, it won't click. It won't do anything. I put the key in, I turn it, and I hear nothing. Nothing happens. So I'm gonna be trying to work on that and get my blue truck rolling again. So hopefully I can get that soon. But that's been one of my things for the week that I haven't gotten to. But we did have our yard mowed, which that was the other thing I
Hey!
I attempted on trying to mow our yard. Was this last podcast or was this weekend? I think it was this weekend.
Yeah, you just told us about it.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
like all our stuff just is breaking, just everything. So I was trying to mow the yard. I have a push mower, and it would run, and then it would almost immediately just kind of, and then when I would get it to run, it's like vroom, 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 like it's just running like real hard and then softens up. And I was like, well, maybe I can mow with this. So I got one pass through the yard and it died again, and then I started working on it, and I took apart stuff that I maybe wasn't comfortable taking apart, but I tried it anyway and found the carburetor, which people said might have been the issue. So I was like trying to check it.
Sounds like an idler spring or something.
Yeah, clean things out and make sure there wasn't gunk and stuff gunked up in there. And it's only a 1-year-old lawnmower from like last season, and it looked pretty clean as far as I know. I don't know a whole lot about carburetors. And when I put it all back together, it did the exact same stuff. So at least I didn't break it further. But
Yeah.
I didn't fix it either. So that was the bad side of that. So we hired someone else to mow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I'm
I tried to
lucky
start the weed eater, but it's a gas powered one, and I couldn't even get it to start. It was awful. I tried for like
hills at your place.
yeah. That's why I like push mowing. I don't trust myself on like a riding lawnmower, and that riding lawnmower has some issues on its own. Some people gave it away, so you know it's not in good shape.
Yeah.
So that's been busy.
Yeah, you took my lawnmower.
I took your lawnmower?
Yeah.
When?
You literally have the person that mows my yard mowing your yard.
Oh, why didn't? Yeah,
Lawnmower
sure.
As far as like a riding lawnmower.
I took
like
the worker.
lawnmower as in the lawn mower.
Yeah.
Yeah, my nephew's had a little like yard business for a couple years. He's gonna be 16 this year, so he's been doing it for a while. But he got his first job recently, so he didn't line up any houses or anything, start anything for the summer, and then they let him go because of the COVID stuff. So he's kind of like looking around, like, oh man, I got to figure out what I'm gonna do this summer, because he's one of those kids that he's just always wanting to work and save and all that stuff. So, yep.
Yeah.
So he started up his lawn mowing business again.
Yep.
Nice.
You grow it, we mow it.
Is that what it's called?
No, I think it's like Hunter's Lawn Service, but
Oh, okay. I'm like, I don't even know what it's called. Melanie talks to him. She pays the kid. I don't even. I wave at him. Hey, and I walk away. that's about it.
I
So,
mean, I grew up on the farm, but I'm not a farmer at heart. He is a farmer at heart. So, he when my truck died, I actually was just like, I can just get rid of it, So he was like, I'll take it. I'm like, okay, but it just doesn't work. He's like, yeah, and he had it working in 5 days, because that he knows what he's doing, and he owns his own trailer, that he bought with
Dude,
money that he got from stock sales.
He's got a pod racer lawnmower.
He does. He has one of those like.
Yeah, I've always wanted to ride one because I think because of pod racing, I would be really good at it.
Yeah,
I'm confident.
You would be
Uncle
real good at
Regis
it.
had one that I rode a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah, zero-turn mowers are fun to
It's a
run.
little more fun than the standard one, to be sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the only reason I learned how to operate a Bobcat on the farm, because it has those. It was like a cockpit.
Yeah.
Like you're enclosed and the thing comes up, and it's just so fun to. That's really the only reason I learned how to do it.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so at least I got that
And
going.
you also have the foot pedals on the Bobcat, right?
Yeah.
Very good.
My
Yeah,
week was pretty exciting. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, if I had my own, I would definitely put like an R2 unit behind me.
Yeah.
But I don't have my own.
You don't have your own. Yeah. That's why you have him.
I
You can
do.
get him an R2 unit. Like, here,
He
have
wouldn't-
this. And he'll be like,
I
what
don't-
is it?
He would not understand the great gift he had been given.
Yeah. Does
the
he have.
R2 unit
does
just
he-
be a bucket full of ice and beer?
That would be good. You might like.
They
that one,
actually
but
do make
not last,
R2D2 like ice coolers and stuff.
Yeah.
Did you give him
They
your
didn't
truck
make
too?
R2D2 anything. Was that?
Yeah, that's true.
I swore, because when he was here, I swore he had your old truck.
Yeah,
It was-
that's what I said. He has my truck. Yeah.
Oh, it was your truck? Okay.
that was my truck. Yeah.
I missed what you. I mean, I guess I missed what item you gave him, because I was like,
Yeah.
man, I have lawnmowers and shit. I wonder if he'd want those, because I don't know how you
Yeah.
get rid of this stuff.
Yeah, that was what he was saying. Like he got it working in like 5 days.
Yeah, it looked
I bought
good.
that truck like 12 years ago.
It had both wipers.
It didn't have. Yeah, it had wipers. It didn't have brakes. It didn't have. It needed a new battery.
It didn't have a driver's side wiper.
Tires.
Yeah, and I
Napkins.
was like, hey man, if you need something, just
Napkins.
I sold it to him for $1 because you have to sell it for a certain amount. In the
Yeah,
title.
you have to show on the title.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
he got it. He took care of it real quick. It was pretty good.
Yeah. I remember last time I saw that thing, it had flat tires, and the driver's side wiper was wrapped up in napkins.
Yeah.
To be fair, Aaron, that was like 5 years ago.
I'm just saying, that's the last time I remember it.
The last time you saw it, I would have been driven it to work with wipers.
No, you just left it to die, and I think you started driving that other car.
No, I had left it to die, and then out of desperation, I had gotten new tires, new wipers, got it spruced up, and then that was about 2 years ago, and then it died again after I had got my new car.
I remember the like 7 days that it was fixed.
Mm-hmm. I do too. I was like, oh man,
Sure.
you got the silver streak running again.
I'll have to talk to Jancy and see if your solution is still napkins. Because I remember like something was on level, you had napkins under it to level it, and like your wiper wasn't working, so you wrapped it in napkins so that it wouldn't scratch your window. And I was like, damn, most people use duct tape. Eric uses napkins.
Yeah, I wasn't rich like you.
Napkins are free because McDonald's will just give a stack of them to you if you ask for extra. And they're plentiful because McDonald's will just give a stack of them to you if you ask for them.
Yeah.
All right, well.
No, man, it worked for me. I know you guys try to shame me, but I feel no shame. I got it work.
No, I'm proud of you for doing it.
What a solution.
Stupid and it works.
Let it
It's not
scratch.
stupid.
I suppose.
Yeah.
I guess MacGyver's not a good engineer. No, I'm kidding.
It's great to imagine Eric every time something broke. He's like, all right, time to MacGyver. He just pulls out the napkins. Like, here we go. He's just fixing everything.
I would have so many.
I got a leaky pipe. Wrap it in napkins.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's great. Well, Rick, what were you saying? You had an interesting week, or?
Yeah, I've had an exciting week. Evelyn lost her first tooth.
Oh.
Yeah.
So that was a very exciting time. She was the complete opposite of me, because when I was a kid, like my tooth would be hang on by a thread.
Yeah.
I didn't want to touch them. I wanted no one to touch them. Where she was like, as soon as it was starting to loose, she's like, well, let's, can we maybe tie a string to it and put it to the door? Or can we get out some pliers or something? Like she was ready to get that tooth out immediately.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a few days passed and it was getting pretty loose. Maggie took a dental pick and put it kind of under it and popped it out. So she was excited about that. She was excited about the Tooth Fairy. Tooth Fairy left her a little tiny letter
Mm-hmm.
in a little tiny envelope
Mm-hmm.
with like a certificate and a thank you note, and left her, as she calls it, 5 cash.
5 cash.
5 cash. That's legit.
Well, that's cool.
So that was fun.
I was gonna
She
ask.
also made me this little toy here, which is just a makeup thingy, but she cut it
Oh yeah.
so that it's legs.
Uh huh.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say pants.
Well, now she needs to
I
make
thought,
the,
I thought it was
going
gonna be like a tooth with a root.
Oh.
That's what I thought it was.
Now she needs what?
She needs the top. She needs the torso, and the head.
That's true.
Like she needs to finish building the toy. Like figure out what else she can use, and she starts putting it together. You can get some
She-
napkins.
She should get one of those egg blenders and like cut a slit in the bottom of it and stick the wedge part up in so it'd be like little legs,
Ooh.
and like poke a Q-tip through it so it's like little arms sticking out. T-pose. Yeah.
Now you need a head. I was gonna ask if she
Should
lost
cut a
it.
makeup brush off and stick it down in the blender so it's like hair sticking up.
There you go. I was gonna ask if she lost it naturally, because like I remember the first tooth I remember losing was when I lost 2 teeth. One from the baseball that hit me, that I didn't catch in the outfield, that hit me right in the face. And then the second one
Ooh.
later that evening that also got loosened from the baseball, but I didn't lose it that
Ooh.
quickly. That's the first one I remember. Now I would have been like in, I don't know, 1st or 2nd grade, so I probably lost some before then, but I don't remember them. I just remember that one. And I remember Melanie telling a story that she was like running down her driveway, and either she tripped and fell or her brother pushed her, and she faced first into the driveway and lost like her front 2 teeth. I was just
I
curious.
think I lost my first one in 1993 when we had that huge snowstorm.
Okay. I'm like,
You're so
man, you know the
specific.
year. I'm like first or second grade or something, somewhere when I was younger. You're like 1993, the
I was
December
like 4,
12th.
5, 6, maybe 8. I don't know when I lost teeth.
And I was just sitting there coloring, and it just like fell out all on its own.
What? Okay. I thought it was like an eventful story because of snow and shit, but you're just like, it fell out. I was coloring a book.
That was just interesting because, like, when I lost my first tooth, I couldn't leave the house because you literally couldn't open the door. Like, it was so much snow. And Evie can't leave the house either, but for different reasons.
Yeah.
I don't know why I kind of imagine you like coloring and your tooth falls out and you kind of look at it like dead eye, like you just go back to coloring and you're just like, God is dead. You just don't understand what's happening.
I remember that one. I remember losing one in music class and not being able to find it afterwards. And I remember losing one in an apple. I remember my Uncle Regis pulling one out with pliers. And I remember me stealing my sister's Sugar Daddy candy bar and taking a bite of it and it getting stuck in it.
Oh, wow.
Man, you lost so many teeth, like, stuck in things.
I'm going to bet that you didn't want Regis to take your tooth. How'd that go? Or was he like, all right, sure? Or were you like, I don't know. He's like, don't worry, hang on. He's just, there you go.
I was not a willing participant.
Yeah. It was like after he duct taped you on the floor.
Yeah. It was one of those times.
Do you have dreams about your teeth falling out? No, I don't think I ever have.
I do all the time.
Do you?
I used to.
We talked about common dreams on a podcast a little while back.
Yeah, it's like that's one of the very common ones. But I specifically remember one where like my teeth all came out, and I was like, "Oh no, what am I gonna do?" And then pennies started like falling from my mouth, and I'm like, "This isn't real."
What?
Pennies?
Pennies.
I'd be like, I'm rich.
I'm rich. Yeah. Like, what the hell has happened? Why don't people know about this? No one would have teeth.
I'd run to the bank and put my mouth over top of that little coin collector thing, and just be like, yes.
The coin star?
Yeah.
I'm making dollars.
Dollars.
Yes.
I don't know. However it works.
Every time you scream.
That'd be great. I'd love it.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things about this week that I've had is trying to, usually whenever like, especially live shows go up and we get hit with copyright, I'm working with the editor to try to like, all right, well, let's see what we can do. But lately, especially for like this CW shows, I just been like, I don't have time. I have too much stuff I'm thinking about. I'll put it up, I'll dispute it, and hopefully it just in a couple of days it's free. But the last 2 weeks, like I'll dispute something and WB is really good. Like almost an hour later, it'll be back up. So that's why, but it's not a universal rule. Like yesterday, Flash had
they're separate studios.
Yeah, but Flash yesterday went up in like 30 minutes. It was like, hey, no, it's good. That's great. But Legend tomorrow, which was going up the exact same time, only just now was able to be freed from copyright. So just for people that are wondering about like why some videos are later than others, that's a huge factor.
Mm-hmm. Between when we can film it to when they can get edited, rendered, and posted, there's also sometimes longer waits on copyright claims.
Yeah, there's so many factors. It's us being able to get together. I mean, that was really hard sometimes with the remote reactions, Hopefully it's a little better now that we're actually going able to go into work. But there's, like Aaron said, there's getting it, there's filming it, there's getting it to the editor, there's the editor editing it, getting it back to us. We put it up and you think you're done, you're not.
There's how the internet is uploading it to the editor, and it's how the internet is them uploading it back to us and downloading it.
I tell you what, man, my internet the last 2 weeks, it's just been so bad at home.
Really?
So I'm really glad to be able to get here and have more reliable.
It didn't get better from calling it? Has it still been all wonky?
Well, whenever I called, and then they said, they had some kind of huge outage that was like from like Oklahoma to Ohio, and I was like, Jesus, okay. And then they called me back and said it's fixed now. And then from that point on, it was like 5 or 6 days of perfect high-speed internet, and then it started happening again.
So they get you. Like, oh, it's good. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And you hang up, and then all of a sudden it's like, they'll forget. They won't call for another couple months.
Yeah. Yeah, that always happened to me. Like, I would have terrible internet connection issues and stuff like that, and I would call. And what they would do is they would just put my modem on high priority traffic so that it would be really good and solid and wouldn't cut out or anything. And then, 2 weeks later, it would go back to normal priority, and it would have the same problems
I
again.
mean, that happened to us at the studio.
Mhm.
The only reason we're not complaining about that internet is because we haven't been there.
Yeah, exactly, right.
Very true.
And then the other side of copyright too sometimes is like a video will be up for literally 2.5 years and then it'll get hit with copyright. Like I don't know, just randomly 3 weeks ago, like 20 of our Avatar: The Last Airbender reactions were down. And I didn't even know about it because they don't even like notify you sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
It was a couple fans being like, hey, I'm trying to rewatch and I can't watch like any. And I'm like, what? I went able to dispute. Most of them are back up. I think there's only 2 now that are still in dispute. So people that were waiting for that, you can't go back and watch those now because I know a lot of people are with the coronavirus or staying at home and trying to find things to watch. And that's one a lot of people go back to. So those are back.
And rightfully so.
It's a great show.
It's an amazing show.
You're never done. You're never done with this stuff sometimes.
It's tricky with all that.
Yeah. Anyway.
Well,
With the Avatar stuff, and it was probably Korra. I just remember coming to work that day, listening to you guys argue about that. It's like, I don't know how people watch this, because I'm going to have to leave this room.
Yeah, we were arguing what flying was.
we were. Sometimes those things happen. Sometimes it's not there, but every once in a while you get that.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny about it is I think Goose was the editor on that, and I remember like messaging him being like, "Hey, we had this big long argument. Cut some of it out because we went in circles," and he did, and it was still super long.
It's still long.
Yeah, it was still like 20 minutes.
Yeah. Oh man, it's funny though. But that kind of stuff you look back on fondly. I think sometimes.
Man, this time they fucking argued about what flight was. They're fucking idiots.
If you do find stuff that goes down, we have a spreadsheet on Discord under website feedback where you can put stuff that goes down.
Yeah.
At least it's a way of trying to let us know. And we have a list of like, okay, these are things we need to try to fix if we didn't know, or that we can try to get to the website if they're not there. So we usually try to back most things up to the website if we can, so that there's access somewhere.
Yeah, we do. Especially if something goes live and then like an hour or 2 or a day later it goes off, I will immediately put a mirror on the website before that gets fixed. So every once in a while you'll get a live show that, you know, I'm like, I think it's going to be good. They're not going to mess with us at all this week. But then an hour later it's gone. And people were like, what the hell? I was watching in the middle of it and it's gone. You know?
Oh, sorry. We did on purpose.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
People must assume.
It's like, you guys know that it says that you're keeping me from watching this? I'm like, no. So, yeah, sometimes if that happens, just go to the website. You'll find a mirror there.
Also within
Final
this...
Fantasy VII.
Yeah.
Ooh,
How'd that go? Going well?
Well, so last time was a lot of fun, but if you've been waiting to join in on the streams, which is going to be Tuesday at 6 p.m. next week, I'm going to be getting to Don Corneo, which if you played Final Fantasy VII, you know that's going to be a really fun time.
Okay.
So I don't want to spoil the game, but I had a boss fight that I did not think was going to be in the game this last time because of how ridiculous it is. And I was like, that is not going to work in a game that looks like this. It did.
In the setting and everything and how it
and
is.
it does?
Yeah.
Did it work? It worked great?
Oh, absolutely. It exceeded all expectations. It was hella hard. I barely survived. Like, I got to the point where, like, okay, I'm not going to win. I just want to see all this guys' phases. So I'm just going to use all of my items and not care. Well, I won. So now I have, like, no items.
Well, damn, Rick.
And
that's foolish.
Isn't that what the items are for, though?
Yeah, but money's super tight in that game.
See,
So I'm worried I might have screwed myself.
I have the issue whenever I'm playing games like Kingdom Hearts. I do the same thing in Dark Souls too. I have an issue that I don't want to use this item unless I need it. Like there's got to be a time I'm going to need it. I do the same thing in Pokemon too. I will collect potions and I'll run back to the Pokemon Center much more than just healing my Pokemon willy-nilly with potions. 'Cause I'm like, I got to save this stuff. So playing Kingdom Hearts,
I really need it.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts, there's so many times I'm like, oh man, I don't want to use a Mega Potion or an Elixir or something like that because I might need it for a tougher boss. I can beat this guy without it, and then I never use it. I'm like, damn, I have 100 of these after I beat the game, and I could have used them at various times throughout the game and bought more if I really wanted to.
It didn't help that I spent half my money on a hand massage before that boss fight.
A hand what?
Yeah.
A hand massage.
Oh, massage. Okay. I was going to say, you can spend some money on various things.
Well, Cloud was very satisfied at the end of it, let me tell you.
Very good. He should be
So would
paying
you
that kind of
say
money.
he was on him 9?
I don't know what that means.
Hand 9.
Cloud 9.
What?
Him
That doesn't-
9.
That is worse than one of my jokes.
Is there any way we can mute Calvin?
Oh, you guys didn't hear my other studio joke before.
We-
I don't know if that's a universal rule. I was like, well, that's a different studio. You're talking about Warner Brothers. So I'm sour about that.
Oh, you should have said it again and explained it. That's what I would have done.
I know. That's why I didn't.
That's good. So that's going well though. That'd be Tuesday 6 p.m.
Oh yeah, I imagine that next stream is going to be one of the highlights of the entire game. So
Well, good.
very excited about that.
Good. I have been doing pretty well on Dark Souls. I beat another boss. I called it the Vagina Dragon. I think its actual name was called Gaping Dragon, which sounds pretty similar to me. It was a monstrosity, and it needed to be killed, and I did, and it happened, and it only took me like 3 tries, which wasn't too bad. So I've killed several things now, which has been pretty good. There was also like a giant rat that I was not ready for, and I'm like, no, I don't know what to do with this. It's scary. But
So how many bosses have you beaten so far?
Asylum, Taurus,
5?
Gaping.
Asylum, Taurus, Gargoyles, Capra, and Gaping.
Yeah, that's it.
Is what?
So 1,
That's
2,
what
3,
Tom said.
4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5? Yeah, I guess that's right. 5.
You learn in Dark Souls that you don't need to be worried unless the boss is humanoid.
Humanoid. Okay. Well,
Like the closer to human it is, the scarier you should be.
the closest to that I had would have been the Capra one, which I took out already.
Yeah, okay.
So everyone in the chat is now like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Like, if you just watch it. The highlight will be up like Sunday or Monday. You'll see, or watch the VOD now. You'll see. You'll see what I mean. That makes sense.
Neo-Macadian Vagina Dragon. That's what I called my ex-girlfriend.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
I can confirm that Aaron knows what a vagina looks like because we had a art in one of our hotels that he pointed to and was like, "That's a vagina,"
It was.
and I agreed.
It was. That's what it was. Oh no, this thing had teeth and it was scary, you know. But yeah. Anyway.
Like teeth?
Yeah. Like at first, like this thing popped up and I'm like, oh man, there's his head. Oh man, is that a bigger mouth underneath it? And then it like climbed up. I'm like, oh okay, I see the legs. Oh, it's like its rib cage leading up to its little head. Okay, that makes sense. And then the rib cage stood up and roared at me. I'm like, it's a mouth. It is teeth. I thought they were rib cage like bones coming down. It's not. So yeah, it is a scary monster. I was like, it is very big, and it's the biggest one I think I fought yet.
Have any of you guys seen the movie Teeth?
I am. I think I did.
I have not.
We should put that
But
on
that's
the
what I
record
was
poll.
referencing.
We shouldn't.
I don't know.
It would be so difficult.
Actually, I
like-
think there was another one where someone had teeth that showed up out of their armpit or something. Like they ate it. They like ate or drained a cow. I don't know. It was weird. I don't remember. I was a kid. I don't know what I was watching.
That's a different movie.
Yeah, probably. The other thing game wise that was really fun for me this week, it was a couple days ago, maybe Sunday or something. I don't know what day it was, but Colson wanted to play Rock Band and was playing Rock Band by himself, and he's just been like messing and practicing and stuff like that. So like the next day, I'm like, hey, do you want to play more? He goes, sure. And like I was playing guitar and singing and stuff with him and whatnot, and he's like working on trying to get to the hard difficulty. And I was like, good,
Nice.
good job, bud. Keep trying. You're doing well.
Yeah.
So he'll be like, Dad, I'm gonna try harder than this. I'm like, all right, that's fine. I'll keep you alive. I'll keep the star power going so that you don't die.
Yep.
So it's been going pretty well. It's been pretty fun, and he's the only kid out of everyone that really, number one, gets it to how to play and really likes it. Like Leon kind of gets it, but he's like, and then Ayla's like, I want to sing. I'm like, you don't know words. Like you can't read what's
You don't
coming.
even
Half the time I'm
you
doing
can't even
stuff.
say
and-
words.
yeah. Like I was trying to do a hook by Blues Traveler, and it got to that really fast part. I'm like, like I'm trying to like match pitches, but I'm like, it's so fast, and I don't remember what these words are.
Mhm.
I'm like, this is what you would be like, Ayla. You'd be like, and you wouldn't even match. I don't know. She wants to. I give her a microphone. She can pretend, but now she's old enough that she catches on. It's not plugged in. I'm like, damn it.
No.
It doesn't work anymore. So, but it's been fun. I just need to get my pedal fixed. I've been debating if I should just fix it with Melanie or like try to vlog us fixing it or something, but I don't know what we want to do. I don't know if anyone's interested in us fixing a bass pedal.
I really enjoyed the end of the Vermintide 2 stream last Friday.
The end of the Vermintide 2 stream?
Yeah, that's probably one of my highlights for the week.
Yeah, when chat beat us.
Oh, that was awful. That's not a highlight at all.
No, it was great.
Man.
It was a terrible thing.
It was awful. Between the mixture of what chat voted for and Rick fucking us by running away and leaving us behind.
I was trying to help you guys. I was kiting that guy back and forth, so you only had to deal with one boss.
Yeah, but then he was still there when we jumped down. And then I was like, no, and I died. And it was awful. Terrible. But yeah, it was fun though. I'm glad chat enjoys voting and all that kind of stuff. But we'll have a stream tomorrow, but I don't believe it's gonna be Vermintide, so it'll be something else most likely. But,
okay, what are you thinking? I want to play.
Huh? No, I don't. You and I probably won't be there, Eric. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
It might be Rick and Calvin doing some things. We'll see how things play out here, but we shall see. I'd like to shove Sims 4 in there again. It was fun. I still need to make Calvin and Shane and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I've only made Eric and Rick so far. It'd be interesting. All right. But anyway, anything else for the week? Calvin, you had like a PUBG stream. Is that what you played?
Yeah, I did the Kill It With Fire, the demo. That was really short.
Was it really short?
It was fun.
How is it? Is it interesting?
It is interesting. I want some more content for it because the weapons are cool and stuff.
That's the one that's all based on the idea of like there's spiders in your house, you got to kill them.
Yeah, you are a pest killing service, and you just go into people's houses and you kill a bunch of spiders. And there's a whole bunch of different kinds of spiders apparently that you can kill, and you pick up things with E, and then you hold right click and you move your mouse and you can like spin it in midair in front of you, and like you'll spin it and there's like a spider like right here in front of your face and it's huge, so you like throw it down and you start hitting it with your clipboard trying to kill it. And on some of the spiders, when you hit them the first time, they like triple in speed, like they go much faster.
Oh, really?
Like real spiders do. So you have to like chase them. They'll like run underneath couches and stuff like that, and you can't get to them, and gotta wait for them to come back out and kill them.
The trailer.
Then you get like shuriken.
Yeah.
You throw shuriken at them.
Made of foil.
No. Proper. Solid steel. Shuriken.
The trailer for it looked funny. I love the idea of like this guy opens this dresser drawer and there's a revolver he has and he just starts shooting this spider and he's like, ah! I'm like, oh my gosh, someone should play this game. It looks like silly.
Yeah.
Do they ever clever girl you where you're focused on this one and another one jumps from this side?
It's a spider you didn't know was there.
So far, they don't attack you.
It's just finding them and killing them.
Yeah.
Dude,
so like you'll go through and you'll like search everything, and then there will be like doors and hallways and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And certain doors will have like a number on them to where you have to kill that many spiders before you can go in there. So it's kind of cool, like advancement that you can go through a house.
Dude, I played that game the other day. I was in the bathroom and I hear Melanie go, ah! I'm like, oh geez, what's wrong? So there's a spider on your pillow. I'm like, what? I just woke up from there. What are you talking about? She's like, it's on your pillow. Come here and kill it. I'm like, I'm pooping. I'm like, you do it. I'm busy. She's like, no. I'm like, what? She's like, just finish. Hurry up.
Hairspray and a lighter.
I'm like, just take everything off the bed so that just the pillow and the spider are there, and I'll come over and kill it. And I finished up, and I came out there, and it's just everything's sitting there. She didn't move anything at all. I'm like, why? You didn't move anything. She got, I thought if I moved it, it would sense me, and it would run away. And then it could be anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right. So I started clearing everything off the bed and moving things around. And I'm like, all right, well, there's the floor over here. I'll put on these slippers that have little hard soles. I'm going to take it. I'm going to throw this pillow over here, and I'm going to step on it. And then I can't get away. And I got everything off, and I started to grab the pillow, and I'm like trying to move it slowly. And it starts moving. I'm like, and I stopped, and it stopped. And I'm like, okay, I gotta just go real quick. ready? And I just threw it. That's like and it fell off and kind of like the pillow hit the ground and it kind of flew off the pillow a little bit and it stopped there and I stomped it. All right, it's gone. There you go. You're good, Melanie. There's no spider. You're safe.
Nice.
So.
That game sounds like a simulation of me growing up with my mom, because she is an arachnophobic, and if she would see a spider, it didn't matter what it was, whatever she was holding or whatever was in arm's reach was hurled at that spider at maximum velocity. So she had like a flower pot that looked like a urn that Link would throw.
Yeah.
Thrown, shattered. I remember one time she picked up a boom box, threw it. Its speaker popped out. Like, it was crazy. There was one time when there was a
baby. No, I'm kidding.
No, Peanut.
So the way our house worked was there was a hallway. There was my sister's room on the left, and right next to it on the left was my room. And the opposing side was my parents' room, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so she is coming out of her room, and she sees a very large spider on the light between my sister and I's room. She yells, "It's like, kids, don't come out of your room."
Oh my gosh.
She's flipping out. She, there's a phone in her room. So she calls my dad, who is across the yard at my uncle's, at like a party.
Mm-hmm.
And is like, "You need to come home."
I'm trapped in the room.
And take care of this thing.
Uh,
I'm just so thankful, because they used to keep a shotgun behind their door in their room.
Kids, don't come out of your room. Stay right there. Don't move. Gosh.
There was at least one time when she was driving, and one, like, she noticed that one was on her while she was driving.
Oh my.
And thank God she didn't crash. But she did
yeah.
immediately pull off the side of the road, jump out of the car.
She probably started running like in Tommy Boy. Bees! Ah! Remember that? She's probably just screaming, yelling, rolling on the ground and shit. We had a friend. She was in karate with us that crashed her car because she thought she heard a bee and she was like deathly afraid of bees. And she didn't even know she did hear one. She thought she heard bzzz, and she looked back behind her real quick. And I think when she did, she turned the wheel and she crashed and wrecked her car. Yeah.
Oh man, that sucks.
So
I remember I almost crashed because I went over a hill and the sun hit me at the perfect angle and I sneezed. And then it was like an immediate turn right after. I was like, ah!
And you sneeze.
Like certain like amount of light hitting you all at once can make you sneeze. You can trigger that response.
Can it?
Yeah.
I've never had
really
that happen. I
bright
don't think.
light.
Someone should do that
Yeah.
to me. I feel like I close my eyes and I wouldn't sneeze.
Yeah, it's one of those things where like if you have to sneeze but you can't, if you look at a bright light, it'll help actually.
It's one of the reasons I hate outside so much.
Is that why people are like, look at the sun? I'm like, why? Ah, it hurts.
I can't sneeze.
I'm blind and I'm not sneezing. What does this give me?
Only
Yeah,
some people have that response, but
Yeah.
but like there's a lot of people I think like 60% or something have that response to bright lights.
But I was driving out in the country. I was actually out towards your parents' house, Calvin, and I was coming over the top of a hill that immediately turns left, and I didn't know the road that far out there, that road. I remember going over, and I was probably going like 55, I was going over and just sneezing, and immediately the road is over here.
Yeah.
With snot all over the windshield. I just died.
I don't know if Aaron remembers this, but when I was a kid, I used to be like an action figure, a really lame action figure, where I could push my nose and I would sneeze.
It's not a very good
Whoa.
power. Most people like you push a button, they do karate chops. Something cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can still do it because I used to do it like all the time, and
Yeah.
then someone told me that like every time you sneeze, your heart stops or something, and that it's bad for you. And so I never did it again.
Like, I'm gonna die.
Superstition.
I've been slowly killing myself.
It's superstition.
Yeah.
I
don't
just
know.
want to see you do it, but I don't want you to die.
I don't know if I don't know if it still works. It probably doesn't.
You're slowly
I
just
haven't done it
pushing
in
your
years.
brain, like your bone into your brain for your nose. That's what's doing it. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just bumping into something.
Man, I
If
should have
you-
done that from a young age. Maybe this thing would be a little smaller.
Yeah.
Imagine the sneezes you would listen.
Yeah, my sneezes.
Eric's hair starts blowing from the studio. Well, anyway, Calvin, it looks like later this summer is supposed to be the rest of that Spider game for whenever it's
Yeah.
going to be released. So, since that was our initial topic of sneezing, now.
I wonder
Yeah,
if there's going
and
to be
then-
like an asymmetric multiplayer mode where someone plays as a spider.
That'd be
Or
kind
like
of fun.
Prop hunt or something.
Yeah,
that would be a lot of fun.
That would be fun. Like you play like a 1v4, and four of you are spiders, and the other one is the hunter. You're like hiding
be a
on
lot of
things, like
fun.
trying to like, fuck, where do I go here? Get in the drawer. That'd be great. It'd have to be
Yeah, 'cause-
evened out to where like you can't just sit behind a dresser that someone can't get to or something. Like I don't know if you can move
Yeah.
dressers and stuff or how it works, but
You can't move the big furniture, but you can open drawers and stuff
yeah,
like that.
like you got to be able to get into the drawer somehow as a spider, but you need to not be able to like get behind the dresser and sit there and wait. Like he'll never find
Yeah.
me here because you won't. It'd be fun. I'd like that.
Mhm.
I would play it. I've never played. I wanted to play just because it sounded weird. Was the Don't Kill Your Baby game? What's it called?
Oh yeah.
So I can't remember what it's called. It's not Dream Daddy,
Shoot.
but it's like
No, that's something very different.
yeah. But the idea is that
Okay.
you're an adult and the other person is playing a baby.
A baby.
And the baby's
And
like
they're
going
crawling
around
around.
trying to like kill itself by like going to things that babies shouldn't get to, like outlets. And you gotta be like, no, baby, this is here's an
Yeah,
outlet
like the
cover.
baby has to
You
go
know,
and
like,
get a fork. Baby daddy. That's what it is. Yeah.
Is that what it's called? So like
Baby
it's like the baby will go and grab a fork and then go for the outlet. You're like, no, baby, here, you go here, and then you try to fix that stuff, and he'll go in
No.
there and turn on the oven,
No, yeah.
and like
It's who's your daddy?
and it was
not
like, well, no,
daddy.
baby, don't turn on the oven, stop that, and the baby runs over and jumps in the bathtub. You're like, no, like
Yeah.
you're
So
trying
you
to
gotta get him out and then like drain the tub.
yeah, it's like
And
you're
then
trying to
while
stop
you're
all
doing
this stuff.
that, like also you get a certain number of like the cabinet locks, like the little locks that you put on like your kitchen cabinets and stuff, so they can't get into it. You have to choose like which ones you do that to, and meanwhile it's trying to get in the stove and shit.
It just sounded like a fun game. That I'm like, I'd like to play that against somebody and just experience like what's it like, you know? But
Yeah, it's
I-
called
I-
Who's Your Daddy?
yeah, that sounds right. I haven't played that one yet. I might own it. On
Baby
Steam.
Daddy is a TV series. Yes.
And that's basically Parenthood.
Yeah, yeah, probably. At least for your first one. Later on, once you get 3, 4, 5 of them, you're just kind of like, eh, they'll
They'll
figure
take
it
care of
out.
each other now.
They'll figure it out.
Well, I've been working my way through Half-Life 2 more every
Yeah.
Saturday, so I've been really enjoying that. Though I did get really excited when I heard that there was some Jedi Fallen Order DLC, like some challenges and stuff. And I'm like, oh man, that would be cool.
Yeah, I haven't
But
checked it out yet. Have
I
you?
gotta continue
Half-Life.
Half-Life. It's just that the type of gamer I am not an intuitive gamer. Like I don't play a whole lot, so when I first pick something up, I'm just not very good. I have to practice and practice and practice, and then I can get pretty good at it. So I just I played Fallen Order on stream, and I was not very good. And then I played it again at home, like 1.5 more times. And I'm like, hey, I think I'm pretty good at this. I'd love to show off on stream, but I gotta finish Half-Life first. So maybe that'll be like a one-off stream to do one day or something.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I heard about that because of May 4th. There was a bunch of different
Mhm.
we had the finale of Clone Wars popping up, and then we had that stuff, and I think there's some other news too. I haven't looked into too much of it. I think Shane maybe told me at some point, he's like, hey, there's been some news. No, it was podcast. That's what it was. I think podcast been like, you hear about some Star Wars news? I'm like, no, I haven't looked at anything. I've been working filming all day.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I do know what it is. It's not like anything super crazy necessarily. It's we know the director Taika Waititi, who is famous for Thor, Ragnarok, and he's directed like some episodes of Mandalorian, Jojo Rabbit, all these great things.
he's the voice of the droid in Mandalorian.
He is, and Korg from Guardians. or from Thor, I should say, right? And
Yeah.
then he was in Endgame. But yeah, I mean, he's a very eccentric, very interesting director. He is confirmed to be working on a Star Wars project now, like a movie.
That's cool.
I'm
I'm super proud of him.
Yeah,
I'm super excited as well.
I really feel like The Mandalorian was a great like hub for directors to like really hone their craft and find a voice that people are responding to. Especially, I don't know if you guys have checked out, the Disney has been doing these like, or they've only done one so far, but like a little docu-series on The Mandalorian. Like the first one was pretty much just about the directors, and
yeah, there's been a lot of Twitch ads and stuff.
yeah, it was really, really cool. I watched the first one. I really liked it. I can't wait to watch more. But they had him in there, and he seems like he's a really fun guy that makes the sets really easygoing and stuff, But yeah, he's going to be doing a Star Wars project, writing with I forget the name of the writer, but someone that's been doing a lot of good work lately. What I hear, but yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, it's the same thing like the Feige project, and right now the future. I've gotten Clone Wars, which is what I wanted. So in terms of the future of Star Wars, I don't know what I'm looking forward to next. Probably Mandalorian season 2, I suppose.
Yeah.
I mean, that's never not going to be an excitement.
That'd be great. I can't wait.
So,
But I'm also excited to watch the Clone Wars every week with you guys, though, too.
Yes. Yes.
yeah, we still got a ways of that to go through. So
Yes
Yeah.
and no. It's crazy because I was thinking about this. Like, man, you guys are on like, what is it, season 4 or 5? 4?
five.
Yeah,
Is it
we've
5?
gone through 90 episodes.
Like being on season 5, like the finale was season 7. Like overall, like you guys, you have a ways to go, but you also don't. It's like it's been. I don't feel like it's been that long ago that you guys started watching Clone Wars.
I think there's like maybe 35, 40 more episodes to do. Maybe. I don't know. Something like that.
Pretty cool.
Then what about Rebels?
And then you can go in
Yeah.
Rebels, sure.
What about Rebels? You think you're going to be doing Rebels? We might be doing Rebels.
Rebels pretty good.
Ah.
I like Rebels a lot. Some cool
Yeah.
stuff in there. Cool
I don't
conversation
know why
and
the hell
stuff.
we do Rebels.
talk-
by the time we start doing Rebels, there'll probably be like a Rebels 2 or something. So it'll work out just the way it worked out with us having the end of the Clone Wars, then you guys getting in some of the best of the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
There was a few people I saw mention it and stuff too, so I thought I'd look it up. But we're talking about Star Wars and stuff. I guess on May the 4th, there was a struggling restaurant, and an employee was wanting to try to drum up business for them. They're called like a Galactic Cantina. So they were walking the streets in Canada, trying to bring attention to this restaurant in a Stormtrooper outfit, and 911 got a call about a Stormtrooper with a gun, and apparently they were like, I don't know if they were actually arrested. People were saying that they were arrested. I'm reading through this trying to find it.
I watched the video. They were arrested. It was a girl wearing a Stormtrooper outfit. 3 sheriffs came out with shotguns, put her on her knees, like handcuffs, and people that were filming are like, "You fucking idiots!
Yeah,
it's a Stormtrooper. I can go buy that, that gun down at the dollar store. There's a fucking Jedi with a lightsaber. Block over, better go erase them too. Like, it was so mad.
That's ridiculous.
Well, I see like where it said like she was told to drop her blaster and she did like immediately, but then like it was hard for her to move in this Stormtrooper costume to like, kneel and stuff. So she was.
I could understand maybe somebody calling in being like, "Hey, there's something weird going outside. It looks like they have a gun." But like as soon as you get there, like you have to. Like 3 different sheriffs had no idea what was going on. Come on.
Yeah.
It is embarrassing, man. It sucks. And yeah, she was like crying. It was, it makes you want to like be there just to shame them.
Yeah.
So
Did her blaster have an orange tip?
I imagine no.
I don't think it did. And we got to remember too, Canada right now with they had a terrible shooting here.
Yeah.
Like absolutely terrible. So, I mean, it's just the perfect combination to create a very stupid situation.
Yeah, and in those situations, you as a cop, you never want to get a call. It's like, hey, there's somebody with a gun out on the street.
Yeah.
And you go there and you can kind of get tunnel vision.
True.
You see the person and you don't really, see all the facts at once.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's also, I mean, I don't know. It depends. Like parts of things I'm reading here, and like you figure like drop the gun, they drop the gun. Like you kind of relax the situation just a little bit. Don't keep it as intense because you're like, I don't know who this person is. I don't know what's going on. But you also want to be safe for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like if I saw a stormtrooper, I'd be like, I mean, they're not running away very fast in that. You know, they're not.
No. I've seen stormtroopers try to run.
Like I don't know.
The Ewoks always get them.
Just damn it. Ewok hunt.
At least no one was hurt.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, apparently she wasn't even a Star Wars fan. She was just doing it to help drum up business for this business that it started like a few months before that things getting shut down and whatnot, and just trying to keep things operating and running and whatnot. So
Yeah.
She did her job.
Yep.
Yeah.
A lot of people have heard of that place now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm sure there's a lot more people that know about Star Wars Cantina in Alberta, Canada.
Yeah, it's called a Galactic Cantina. There's something else before it too. I don't know exactly, but
Okay.
But yeah.
I didn't know it was a restaurant. I thought it was like a comic shop or something. Because you see the guy like in the video open the door and being like, "What the fuck are you doing?" You know. So like, I thought it was like some kind of comic shop, but I guess it was a restaurant. You say.
That's what this says. What it looks like is the Cocoa Vanilla Galactic Cantina.
Okay.
Now that that's on Disney's radar, that place is getting shut down.
I mean, this claims it's a restaurant, but it does around this Cocoa Vanilla Galactic Cantina thing say Marvel, Star Wars, and then I can't tell what this says over here. Like it's like showing their sign and stuff too. But this thing says restaurant, so I don't know how Star Wars, Marvel, all that's connected, but
Yeah.
it's there.
Well, didn't we go to a breakfast place that had like Hulk, Incredible Hulk pancakes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
I did
in New
not.
York, wasn't it?
It wasn't New York because I didn't go to New York.
Wasn't that in Columbus? There was a Columbus
no, wait,
place
yeah.
that you guys went for brunch,
That's right.
but I thought that was like a special
You did
day,
go there,
right?
right?
It wasn't like a thing they always did.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I know there's a lot of
I think-
restaurants and bars that will do these things called pop-ups where they're meant to be temporary. So they pretty much do business while they can, and then the intellectual property holders will be like, "Hey, you can't do that," and then they just change, you know. So there's one Star Wars one in LA that's been there for like 3 years because they just never got that cease and desist thing, you know.
really,
Yeah.
You guys remember Pastamania?
I have no idea what you're talking about. I would love to go to whatever it is though, but Melanie would hate it because it's pasta.
I don't know what it is, but can I venture a guess that it's something to do with pasta and Hulkmania?
Yes, exactly that.
Well, if Rick brought it up, it's gonna be wrestling related somehow.
Yeah, that was a gimme.
I
Come
mean,
on.
it's like 75% chance it's wrestling related. The other 25% is
Is it-
board games.
It did not do well.
It didn't.
No.
Well, what happened to it? Did you not say brother enough?
Well, I think part of the problem was Hulk Hogan wasn't actually there.
Oh,
So that's going to be part of your problem. And also I remember the advertisements and him talking about his stuff. How about how he eats all this pasta? And I'm looking at him like, you don't eat all this pasta.
like
You
you're
got a carbo load, man.
WWF also had one in Times Square for a little while there when they were on top of the world. It also did not do very well.
A restaurant?
Yeah, it was like WWF New York or something. They would
guys-
have a bunch of B people there sometimes.
Did you guys ever go to a Planet Hollywood?
Mm-mm.
Planet Hollywood?
Is that
There were
the?
these restaurants that were inside this big giant globe, and it would have movie props and stuff inside of it. And
Oh,
it's
no.
always they have pictures of celebrities that dined there, and the thing was maybe if you go to Planet Hollywood, you'll see a celebrity while you're eating, and you never did. You
They
know?
didn't, but they weren't
They
going there.
know that people are going to hound them if they go.
Was
there.
the food any
Oh,
good?
I don't know, man. I was fucking 5. No, I wasn't 5. I was in 4th grade. I remember now. I don't remember the food though.
The only place
Yeah, I never went anywhere like that.
I remember Hard Rock
Boy.
Cafe, and I've been to Hard Rock Cafe a few times because it's like, oh, it's Hard Rock Cafe. You can go there, and music, it's cool and stuff. And every time I've ever been to one, the food's never been great. I'm like, what's the point of this place? And I go, music and shit. And you might see a celebrity musician or something at Hard Rock Cafe. You never know. And
Get the T-shirt, man. That's
I'm like,
what
I
you
just want good food. And this burger, which burgers aren't that hard to make a decent burger. This burger's terrible. The bun's stale. I hate it.
I bet the good musicians are going to go to a place that has good burgers.
Yeah, exactly. They're not coming to this place.
It looks like the Planet Hollywood I went to must have been when I went to Disney World in 4th grade, because there's only like 4 of them in America.
Gotcha. What?
There's like one in Vegas, isn't there?
Yeah, Vegas, LA, New York, and Florida.
Yeah, I've never been there. See, whenever you said Planet Hollywood, what was the competitor to Blockbuster? Because that's what I thought of initially. Wasn't there like something?
Hollywood Video.
Yeah, I thought of that.
Yeah.
That's what I thought of initially. And that's not it. that is wrong.
Going back to the Stormtrooper thing for a second.
Yeah.
Did we have our like flintlocks when we were dressed up as pirates during the Black Sail video?
Yeah.
I didn't have one. I did have 2 swords.
Like
had
how
one in
close
my
we
belt.
were to getting busted.
Well, some of those swords were real that we had, right?
Well,
I
I think was the only one that was actually going to take one. I think it was Maggie being like, "Don't take the real one," and we're like, "Aw."
I think the rest of us just had like the foam axes and stuff like that.
Yeah. I just had
And
the
the hook.
we had the plastic swords.
Yeah.
Because we did a shot that required some sword fighting, and they kept like flopping around as we were fighting. And in the edit, I had to go and like paint out the flop and make it straight again.
Ah, yes. Yeah, that was fun. We've never
I just-
been.
I just sent you a picture of the Planet Hollywood I went to, and like, yeah, that's exactly. It was like a globe that you like walked up.
Jeez.
In.
Okay.
Looks like somewhere from Toy Story.
Yeah,
It
it
looks
does
like
kinda look
crazy.
like Toy Story.
It looks like Hubert.
I'll show this for the people that are wanting to see.
Hubert.
It does.
No, I know what you
From
mean.
what?
With a long snout.
Yeah, from the arcade game.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's even got like a little star over there, like he's cursing. It's perfect.
But yeah, you'll go in and you like up hanging up is like, I think I remember that when I went there and I looked up, they had Arnold Schwarzenegger's bike from T2.
His
Nice.
bike from T2.
Yeah.
Nice.
The
When
Harley.
he's getting chased
Or at
by
least that's
the...
what they said.
Yeah, well,
They
yeah.
sell cheap food, but
It could have been anything. It's hard to tell.
yeah.
Yeah.
Someone was asking, are lightsaber duels hard to edit? I mean, it's no more hard to edit, just like the actual nonlinear editing than anything else, but you have to have so much time to do rotoscoping with the lightsabers.
Yeah.
But it's really, really great practice. It's like a crash course in visual effects, because to be able to do them, you have to learn the basics. And then because I did that, I learned how to paint out the floppy swords and make them straight.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's not super hard. It's just very time consuming.
Very time consuming.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rotoscoping is very much so.
Yeah,
Very much
doing
so.
the actual lightsaber effect itself, doing the glow, that takes a minute. It's actually painting out, and then it's painting in the lightsaber, and then painting it out when it goes behind stuff and stuff like that.
I did not check Discord on any
I
of the
got
other
some
topics,
stuff.
but there
Oh,
was
you got some
I said there
stuff.
was one thing that I heard that I was like, well, that's kind of interesting. I thought I might bring it up at some point, but Rick, I'll let you go ahead and go first.
All right. We talked about Tiger King last week. There's more Tiger King news.
Oh,
What?
So, who do you think, if you had a scripted television show about the Tiger King, who would play the Tiger King?
Who would play
like
as a tiger?
specifically who would play Joe Exotic?
Yeah, what actor?
It's got to be someone.
I don't know.
So what you're saying is that it's happened and
Yes.
it passed this.
It's an 8-episode series being produced by Imagine Television and CBS Television Studios.
Yeah.
It will be taken to market in the coming days.
I'm trying to think
I
of who
mean,
would be the best person.
The first thing I think of is like Gary Busey or something like that.
That would be amazing.
or his son, but I don't.
I'm trying to think
You're
of
in the right area.
See, I was trying to think of someone who would like be good at like impression and like impersonating him. Like could Jim Carrey or someone like that do it, or someone who's really good with impressions?
Who's the guy who did Joe Dirt?
Oh, David Spade?
David Spade.
That's not too bad, maybe. That could be pretty good, actually.
All right. Well, I want to hear the real one.
Well, he was slated to play Superman once upon a time.
Nicolas Cage?
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh,
Nicolas
my
Cage?
Gosh!
Yeah.
I
Oh my
cannot.
gosh!
That is.
Totally see it. That guy goes crazy. Huh.
Oh man!
So wait, is this going to be a Netflix thing or is it?
I don't think so. An 8-episode series is being produced by Imagine Television Studios and CBS Television Studios. It'll be taken to market in the next coming days. So I don't think it has a studio yet, other than it's being developed by CBS. It's supposed to be an 8-episode scripted series centered on Joe Exotic, the subject of the Netflix docuseries Tiger King. This is all from Variety, by the way.
Nicolas Cage.
The role marked the first regular TV role. What? Oh.
Who's gonna play him?
The role marks the first regular television role of Cage's career.
Yeah, he's only been in movies, hasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Not always good ones though.
No.
Rarely.
Okay, Con Air. That's a good one.
That's a great one.
The Rock. That's a good one.
It's a great one. Actually, I played the Rock theme music for my outro last night.
What's the name of that one actress from Evolution?
The actress?
I know she's been in a million things. I think of Evolution at first. Julie Moore? Julianne Moore? Julianne Moore. Dude, she could be Carol Baskin. Damn, I'm looking right now. It looks great.
Isn't she a redhead?
Yeah, she is.
Carol maybe her face could maybe work for that a little bit.
Hey, all you cats and kittens out there.
Tiger King did pretty well. Variety reported that the series is estimated to have reached an audience of 34.3 million unique viewers in the first 10 days of availability.
Yeah, I mean, it just hit the perfect time where everybody's like, what the hell's going on? It's like, I don't know. Well, what's this? I don't know. What the hell is this? You know?
Yeah. Then you're watching it going, what the hell's going on?
I'm just trying to cast everybody now.
I'm trying to think who you need.
You need Doc Antle, right? That can be
well, it depends on what it is.
Farrell.
If it's more about him, like, do you need to have
I heard
all
that
of
Val
them?
Kilmer would be good
For who?
as Doc Antle.
As
Doc
Doc
Antle?
Antle? Oh, man. I don't know.
That's all I've heard. I don't know what the guy looks like.
Maybe. Val Kilmer now? After Top Gun 2? Has Top Gun 2 come out yet? It hasn't, has it? It got delayed?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it got delayed.
I think everything got delayed, yeah.
I do have some Tom Cruise news, too, though.
Uh-oh.
We'll
If
do
we
that
wanna
at
get
the end
into
and I
that.
can leave early.
Who would
Alright.
play the Stooge?
Which one?
Stooge.
The guy that...
Curly?
Is that his name, Curly?
No, that's one of the Three Stooges.
No.
Oh, my gosh.
No, the guy who's working undercover.
Oh. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I don't know. I have no idea who would play him. I just can't believe you fell for Curly. I'm so happy that you were like, is that his name?
Is Garrett his last name?
I can't remember.
I don't remember. I forget.
I'm going to talk about Tom Cruise.
Yeah, let's get to
Clip that
that.
just said the fat snitch. The rat.
So what you got for Tom Cruise, Rick?
So this, along with the Nick Cage thing, was one of the things I had to look and make sure it wasn't April 1st.
Okay.
But it's not.
It's
So
not
NASA tweeted this out,
NASA?
apparently.
Oh, no.
NASA's excited to work with Tom Cruise on a film aboard the space station. We need popular media to inspire a new generation of engineers and scientists to make NASA's ambitious plans a reality. Tom
Oh.
Cruise is going to space!
Are they going to take him to the space station?
It would be the first movie made in space.
What?
Now,
That's
Calvin, before you roll
awesome.
your eyes,
He already
before you
did.
roll your eyes,
Too late.
Think about all the money and interest it can give to space exploration. All
I
right?
get you.
It's a real good thing, man.
Yeah. I think it'd be
Yeah.
cool.
I mean, hey,
Anybody else?
Well,
Could also be achieved.
yeah, but
Send a
the-
rock to space. Sure,
Yeah.
he's heavier. He costs more to
dude, that costs so
Rock
much.
it
You know
up
how
there.
cheap it is
Yeah.
to take Tom Cruise to space?
this is a little guy. But see, that's the
It's
thing
like-
too. Like
It costs 4 times more than send the rock to space.
the thing too.
It
Like
would be 4 times more worth it.
here's my thing,
At
Calvin.
least,
If you think about celebrities, like just think of an actor that would be good for like a space thing. Do you think how many of them would be willing to go to space for the movie? Because I guarantee Tom Cruise is like, well, if we're gonna do a space movie, I'm gonna do it in space. You know, like that's Tom Cruise. That's what he would do. But,
Daniel Day-Lewis.
maybe, yeah, that might work.
He would.
But
He would
does
have to experience like zero atmosphere in order to act out suffocating in space.
But I'm just wondering,
I don't know.
like some
I feel like a
celebrities.
lot of actors might jump on that. Like I feel like Dwayne Johnson would jump on that.
Would he
I
be
feel
willing
like-
to? And would his insurance? 'Cause that's always a thing. Tom Cruise is like, hey, I'm gonna pay a lot of this for this, and the insurance can be like, hey, you can't do that. We're not gonna pay for you to do this.
That's why he produces so many of his films, because he can make that decision. Whereas normally an actor that's hired onto a project is not a producer.
Yeah.
And can't make a decision.
Like I was thinking, like out of celebrities that to do this, like I think Tom Cruise is one of the. I'm not saying the best one. I'm saying one of the best ones because if you're wanting to go to space, I think he would do it.
Yeah.
Do you think he's gonna contact Xenu while he's up there?
He might try. He might go over some volcanoes and find some souls.
Maybe.
Talking about some of that spaceology.
Spaceology.
But yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. I have not heard that. I wonder what the movie would be about and how actiony it would be and what you can do.
All it says is the first
it's
narrative
West-
feature film and action adventure to be shot in outer space.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if this happens and it works out and people love it, how much more they attempt to try to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I wonder.
I
know Russia there for a while was sending anyone who would pay the money to space.
Yeah.
The one guy from Backstreet Boys went.
They just couldn't come back.
It went.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Backstreet's back.
No, it was an NSYNC guy, right? Lance Bass?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was NSYNC. Get your boy
Well,
band straight.
Damn it, Rick, get it together.
I can't remember him, but I know Richard Garriott went, who was the designer of Ultima.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Wow, okay. Interesting.
Absolutely. His father was an astronaut too, I believe.
Like, how many years until we get to the first movie actually filmed on Mars? You know what I mean? Like, when does that happen? Like, we've had The Martian where they're filming movies that are based on Mars, but when do you actually film the movie on Mars?
Well, and the thing too is like it can't just be Tom Cruise, right? It's got to be a camera operator, the director, maybe.
Yeah.
Like,
See, what you do
How many people go there?
is you double up on it and you document it. So you have a documentary that you can sell and a movie that you can sell. And now you got two things
Yeah, but
going.
then you have the documentary crew.
Well,
They're
you
going
just
to
need
need to expand the ISS just so they can make this movie.
No, all you need is you use a cameraman, you film some stuff, maybe one more cameraman is all you need. He films a cameraman filming Tom Cruise. And then when you don't need that, you just have Tom Cruise talk and say what's been going on, and then you just have a voiceover like Morgan Freeman just talking over everything else. You're good.
Tom Cruise is in space.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that shot of from the recent Mission Impossible where Tom Cruise jumps out of the airplane, and then there's another shot of a cameraman shooting the cameraman, and that guy has a fucking IMAX camera strapped to his goddamn head and jumps in after, like that's way more impressive than what Tom Cruise did.
No, I haven't seen the newest Mission Impossible yet. I have. No, I didn't. You said I couldn't go because I hadn't
No,
seen
it was the four of us.
Oh yeah, okay. And that movie was so good. Jesus,
That's a hell of a movie.
hell of a movie. Calvin hates Tom Cruise and loved that movie.
Yeah.
It's true. It was a good movie.
I have.
Did
I
have Zero
Tom Cruise
Gravity.
have the Mission Impossible movies. This has
Oh, is that the full collection?
this has 1, 2, 3 Ghost Protocol and Rogue Nation. And it's sealed.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I've never opened it.
I could see. Yeah.
So, I don't know. At some point, I want to watch these, but then I'm always in the idea of like, well, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should wait. Maybe I'll react to these at some point. I think I've seen 1 and 2 enough where I remember things that happened in them. Actually, I've seen 1 like 2 or 3 times. I still don't know what the fuck is going on in that movie. Everyone's faces keep peeling off. You can't trust anybody. And I'm like, who's the hero? I guess Tom Cruise. I better listen to him. It's confusing. And then I remember in like 2 or 3, whichever one it was, 2 motorcycles flying at each other and they jump off and they hit each other.
That's two.
That's two.
That's it. That's my Mission Impossible knowledge that I have. And then whatever I've seen in trailers where like he's holding onto a plane, he'd be like ah, and like a helicopter, like ah, and there's like a truck and like ah. It's always ah. That's all he does.
That's not all he does.
He's, ah.
He also sprints,
That's true.
also runs.
That's the other half of the movie.
and he has to move his legs so fast to keep up with a normal-sized person that it looks like he's running really fast.
He does. The way he runs is like it's like he's using momentum to go even faster. He's like pushing his whole body. Yeah. It's like whenever you're like on like a wagon and you're trying to make it go a little faster, so you do this.
I remember that.
It's so
Or like on
goddamn-
a sled or something, trying to rocket
Yeah.
faster.
He should have been the T1000, but he keep catching him.
Well, the actual T1000 was catching up, right? Wasn't that one of the
Yeah,
things? Like
yeah.
he was actually catching the
was-
car. Hey,
was the
slow
thing.
down, but don't look like you're slowing down.
I remember that would happen in wrestling all the time, where like people would be trying to pull out of the parking garage or whatever, and the wrestlers would realize, oh no, I'm going to catch this car. I got to slow down.
All right. Well, anything else, Rick, that you had on your list of things?
Let's see.
Like I said, I didn't check the Discord thing to see whatever everyone else had. The one thing I had that I thought was interesting. I hadn't thought about it until I heard it on the news on the way to work on like Monday, and it was talking about with all this stuff being shut down and everything in Africa. It was about talking about the endangered species there and how much this is affecting them because they would rely on tourism to help keep these like reserves and reservation places and whatnot open and running, and now they haven't had that, so they've been losing money. And the people who used to work for them have been getting laid off now and going unemployed, and have now had to start poaching to make ends
Oh
meet.
my gosh.
I'm like, Jesus, this is crazy. Like, so the people that used to work there to help keep the animals safe are now having to go to poaching to get meat to sell it to make money for their families to live down in like Africa. And I'm like, this is
terrible.
ridiculous.
So you're saying Carol Baskin's finally getting hers?
Well,
Huh?
no. She's not there. She's not involved. She's in Africa.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, whenever you see like pictures or these, stories on Twitter about like rich assholes that go and like shoot, big game in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, look at this fucking asshole. It's like, and yes, that person's an asshole, and I don't know why they would want to do that. But the unfortunate or fortunate thing about that is that they're going to reserves that people are, they're paying so much money to these people who are using it to have these conservation places. They take the meat, they feed people, and because they're doing all this, the populations are actually going back up,
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, it's shitty, but it's also helping, So I imagine that those people are suffering a lot right now.
And they only allow them to kill the animals that are past their
Older.
prime.
They're not breeding.
So they're keeping the herd stagnant because this older bull isn't mating anymore, and it's keeping the younger bulls from mating.
Yeah. It was interesting, like just listening to the story about it, because I haven't thought about like, all the different things. The other one I heard about was that like Italy, or like Sicily, which I think is a town in Italy. I don't know. I don't go anywhere.
Sicily is an island.
That makes sense because it's the Isles of Sicily, so that makes more sense. Apparently they relied on so much tourism and the billions of dollars of coming in for that that their government's going to pay like $55 million when things start opening back up to get people to come back in to cover like parts of hotel rooms and travel and stuff like that. And I'm like, Jesus, that's crazy. And I was like, it's just weird, like people like the planning of trying to get all the economy stuff going back again and working and whatnot. And
I imagine it's going to affect like historical sites too, like that rely on visitor funds for upkeep and things like that.
it was just an interesting thing. I was like, well, maybe I want to talk about it a little bit on podcast because I never really thought about like animals in Africa or something, like how's this affecting other countries and other continents, But
Yeah.
can we have Calvin in space? No. Rick, what was your next topic thing that you had?
We talked last week about I can't even remember now, but one of the cinemas.
AMC was going to
AMC.
stop using Universal Studios, right?
Yep.
And like stop putting them in their movie theaters.
So this is from Yahoo Entertainment on April 29th. Apparently, Regal Cinemas also is towing the same line, basically. It says here, respect to the window, which is like the window of release for theaters before things go to home release, is clear, well known in the industry, part of our commercial deal with our movie suppliers. Make it clear again that we will not be showing movies that fail to respect the window.
I'm very curious on
like-
how that's gonna play out for everything, because like that's like what, the second largest? Like AMC's the largest, and Regal is the second largest, I think, in the United States at least. And I don't know. I wonder how that's gonna play out as far as number one, I'm not. We've talked about are we gonna have theaters by the time all this stuff kind of clears out, or is that gonna be a thing of the past? So I'm wondering how that's gonna play out for theaters if we do continue to have theaters, and if I mean they don't have a whole lot. I don't think there's much they can do as a whole to be able to like stop, the companies from like just releasing movies to digital.
I mean, it all comes down to the money, right? Like if people are gonna, if the movie studios are gonna make more money releasing things digitally to people at home than they would for theaters, that's what they're gonna do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But the thing here though is that they don't have a lot of leverage to try to stop them from doing that. So to stop them from putting them in the theaters is stopping them from making money through the theaters. But I feel like what that's gonna do ultimately is, well, people are gonna be like, well, it's not in the theaters. I guess I'll get it for at home. And it's just going to boost more of their internet sales,
I mean, it will be sad, like, if that's gone. Like, do you guys all remember the first movie you saw in theaters?
Halloween 5?
Something with Tom Cruise. I don't remember what it was. Or Calvin. Did you see Calvin's background?
It's a good background.
All right. I'm done. Ninja Turtles was the first movie I saw.
Eric, did you make that? Where'd you get that?
No. I found it.
It's off the internet.
It sits so well of just having a bunch of Tom Cruises around him, like laughing at him.
I know.
It was just perfect.
Yeah. It's amazing. But like Evie lost her first tooth, and like I feel like there are important moments in your childhood, and one of those is going to see a movie in theaters for the first time.
Yeah.
I remember it was a cinema over in Parkersburg, like South Side, that I don't think is there anymore. And I remember it was being in the parking garage, and I don't remember ever being in a parking garage before. And we went in, and for some reason we were going to see one of the Halloween movies. I don't remember which number it is, but I remember like the end of it was like it ended like looking down like a street, like an alleyway. And it was like the doctor dude, the one who's like in all of them. You know what I mean? Loomis. Yeah, Loomis. Like he was like going back to Michael and stuff like that. It was I don't remember a whole lot. I haven't seen that one in years now. But I remember for some weird reason, and to me today it doesn't make any sense, but I remember some sort of window, or at least what I believe to be a window, on the wall to my left in the movie theater. And I'm sitting in the theater, and I'm afraid that Michael Myers is going to come through that window and get me. But I have no idea why there would be any kind of window in a movie theater. But I couldn't see outside. It was like it was there, and like it was made of glass, but like it was like dark glass. But it also wasn't the projector, because that would have been back behind me. So I have no idea what that was, and I don't think that theater's around anymore, so I can't even go and look. But I remember being me, my mom, my sister, my dad, going and watching that.
Mine was definitely Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the first movie. I had to have been 3 or 4 years old, I think. But I just clearly remember watching it with my dad took me, which I don't think he's ever gone to a movie since. My dad took me, and then we went to like Hills right after, and I got a turtle action figure.
Did you get a little cup of popcorn?
I miss Hills.
I'm sure.
Yeah, I always got that free. Get that free little kid popcorn that you can just. I want popcorn. All right, here.
I mean, I'm looking. This movie came out in 1990, so I would have been 3 years old. I can't remember like actually watching the movie, but I can remember thinking like, oh my god, they're real. Like they got real turtles in this.
It looks so good.
See, I have memories of going to the movies for that, but I don't. Like the first one I remember, like I'm gonna go to see this was probably episode 1.
Yeah.
That's the first one I remember. Like I'm gonna go see this movie. I want to see this movie so bad. I can't wait. I'm gonna. And my parents or my coach, whatever, like if you get a home run, we'll take you to go see the movie. And I'm gonna hit home runs. I hit like 5 home runs that year, and I always saw episode 1 every time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ironically, the first. Ironically, the first movie that I remember seeing in theaters was Mission Impossible 2.
Yeah. Nice. All right, change your background. Rick, what were you going to say?
This may have led to my love of bad movies, but the first 2 that I can remember seeing, the first one is Warriors of Virtue, which is the Teenage Mutant Turtles ripoff with kangaroos.
I remember that movie.
And the second one is the Matthew Broderick Godzilla.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Excellent.
I had never seen Warriors of Virtue until I was like 20, and Shane was like, "You never saw it?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "Let's watch it." And I started watching. I'm like, "This sucks." He's like, "Fuck you, man."
It's not a great movie, but as a kid, I just remember it like, oh man, look at these kangaroos, they're just kicking ass. Look at them, they're fighting with those rings. That one had like a ring he fought with or something. Like, oh yeah, and there was toys at Burger King. I'm like, oh.
The bad guys like strutting around, screaming.
I'm pretty sure he used the Warriors Come Out to Play as well, which was from the Warriors. But I feel like I remember it from there at some point. And Shane and I talked about it. He's like, I think you're right too. But it's been years since I've seen that movie.
I need to watch it again. It's been a long time since I've seen it.
That might be a good like reaction.
I'd rather watch Surf Ninja though. That's higher on my list.
Surf Ninjas?
Yeah, that's higher on my list.
I wish I'd seen Surf Ninjas in theaters. I would have been blessed.
Yeah, right? I don't know a whole lot of things that Kino was in. What's his name? It's like Reyes Jr. or something like that.
Yeah.
I can't remember what his name is. But that guy.
That kid should have been a star. Like, he had the moves. He had the charisma.
They added him in the Turtles too, and he was just going to be in like a little bit.
Jr.
Yeah, Ernie, that's it. They made a character for him because he was one of the he was in a turtle suit before, like in I think the first one. And then they made him a character in the second one because Casey Jones, the actor, had cancer, I think, or something like that.
Cancer,
so he couldn't be in the movie, and they made Kino a character, and then they never used him again. And he's never been in anything since. I keep hoping he shows up in like one of the cartoons one time.
He was in the Rundown.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Float like butterfly, sting like bee.
He was in Indiana Jones 4.
Yeah, but he wasn't in that.
No. Yeah.
He was one of the guys that like. Eric, if you remember in Indiana Jones 4 when they're going, it's him and Shia LaBeouf, and they're getting the skull for the first time in like this weird crypt area. He's one of like those natives that like they blow the darts and stuff.
Back and forth and stuff.
He's one of those guys.
I didn't know that.
I think I rewatched.
I've only seen it like 4 times.
I rewatched it like last year. I remember thinking like, you know what? There are parts of this movie that are good, and there are other parts that suck.
My least favorite part of that movie was probably like the monkey swinging segment. But everything else about that movie, I don't really have problems with.
Ooh, yeah, that one's real bad.
Yeah, I'm like, this part's just kind of really ridiculous. It just gets real out there. Yeah. Like, I can, Crystal Skull, and we're alien, I can get by. It's okay. But that part, I can believe the giant ants that pick up the guy, shove him in their cave, Like, sure.
That actually happens.
Yeah, I believe that. But it was just the monkey part that was like, this seems a little weird. But anyway.
Yeah.
It was a little weird.
It was.
The sword fight between the cars was cool, but it was just there's a lot of CG there.
Yeah.
One of the
it's unrealistic.
Jones is that
cars could go that fast between trees, that closely, and be that smooth. It's like they're on pavement.
Yeah, you get Indiana Jones in the first one. Damn it, the Ark. And he's like, there's a guy under the truck sliding their real trucks, driving. He's holding on for dear life, trying to make this stunt work. There's something. It's something magical about it.
Just fucking Captain Blood, where Basil Rathbone and what's his name? Shit.
Radigan?
No.
What are you talking about? This isn't Indiana Jones.
No. But like they are having a sword fight on these wet rocks next to the ocean.
Yeah.
And it's one of the best sword fights I've ever seen. And it's just like you don't have to do a lot. You just have to make the moves good.
Princess Bride.
Princess Bride might have the best sword fight of all cinema.
It's a really good
Errol
one.
Flynn.
Errol Flynn.
Yeah.
Oh, Basil Rathbone and Errol Flynn.
Yeah.
Well, do you know your connection between Princess Bride and Errol Flynn, Rick?
Let me think.
So the sword master on Princess Bride is a dude named Bob Anderson who famously wore the Vader outfit. He was Errol Flynn's stunt double.
Yep.
So that's your connection there. Yeah. Well, but yeah, he's credited with that sword fight, and I just love it. I mean, it's not necessarily the most like technical or aggressive fight, but just the way it tells the story is fantastic, man. So good.
The one Rick. I've seen Prince Bride. I haven't seen the other one.
Errol Flynn. He did Robin Hood. He was like a swashbuckler back in
he was
early days of cinema.
He was one of the big stars back then.
Yeah. He was the guy that you would, whenever you would think of like someone's swashbuckling fighting on a stair.
He was Zorro.
Yeah. Ooh, The Mask of Zorro has amazing sword fights.
Yes,
Hmm.
it does.
Love that movie, but that's Bob Anderson too. He did Zorro's sword fights.
Yeah, Captain Blood, Seahawk, and Robin Hood are all fantastic Errol Flynn movies. Fantastic.
All right.
And then, I mean, if we're just going like straight up some of the best sword fights in cinema, you got to put Troy up there. Hector versus Achilles. I love that fight.
I don't
So
know
haven't
that I've
seen
seen it all. I only remember the first scene where like, give us your best fighter, and he's like, okay, and then he walks up and get out and done.
Yeah. I mean, the movie's okay, but that one scene makes it one of my favorites.
Wasn't that like Orlando Bloom? Was he in that? Was he
Well,
Achilles?
he's in it, yeah. He's not Achilles.
Okay.
Brad Pitt is Achilles, and Eric Bana is Hector. And they start out with
yeah, that's
spears
right.
versus shields. It ends up going to a sword fight. It has great movement and great range. It's one of my favorites.
I really like the sword fight from Rob Roy with Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
That ending sword fight is amazing.
It's really, really good.
He brought a lot of that experience to Qui-Gon when he was doing lightsaber stuff.
Mhm.
I don't know if I've ever seen the director's cut of Troy. I'll have to check that out.
You should you should all do a movie marathon of the year you were born, the best release that year. Like
That'd be fun.
we take what year we each were born, what's the best movie of that year, and watch it.
Yeah, I gotta look up best movie of 1987.
I think we all have different years, right? Because Rick is let's see, 88, right? Because you were.
Yep.
Yes, so mine is 89.
Princess Bride, baby.
Fuck yeah! We're definitely doing that.
How does
one.
that? How does that?
I also have
configure?
Predator and Full Metal Jacket.
Nice.
Solid.
How does that? How do they configure that? Are we looking at just like Wikipedia?
We've done 2 of mine already.
Like if I put best movie of '89, it shows me Indiana Jones: Last Crusade in Google.
It's pretty good.
That based on highest grossing films. Is that what we're going with?
I just put in popular movies 1987.
My 4 are Indiana Jones: Last Crusade, Batman, Back to the Future Part 2, and Look Who's Talking. The top 4.
We've
Mine
already
is-
done Acura, and we did Die Hard as well.
Yeah.
Dude, I got Hellraiser, Spaceballs,
Ooh.
Dirty Dancing, The Lost Boys, RoboCop, Masters
that's
of the
some good ones.
Universe,
Oh, Master of the Universe, baby.
Harry
I've
and
got-
the Hendersons. Ooh, what a good one.
In '92, I've got Aladdin, A League of Their Own,
Yeah.
Reservoir Dogs, Basic Instinct, Wayne's World, The Bodyguard, A Few Good Men, and My Cousin Vinny.
Yeah.
I love My Cousin Vinny. I've got Beetlejuice, My Neighbor Totoro, Willow, The Land Before Time, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Hell Comes to Frogtown.
Oh my gosh.
That's on the best
That is
of.
not
I thought
a
it was
high-rated
Rick,
movie.
I don't know what you're. This list you're looking at can't be
This
right.
is just a list of his favorite movies from that year. Hell Comes to Frogtown is not a highly rated movie.
Grave of the
It may be-
Fireflies,
may
They
be great.
Live. The Hulk movie with Lou Ferrigno
Ooh.
Ooh.
came out that year.
Let's see. If we look at highest
The Heat,
grossing.
Bloodsport. Oh man, what a year!
All right, Rick. Highest
Bloodsport's
grossing
amazing.
films of '88. Number 1 is Rain Man,
That's
and
a good
then
movie.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit,
movie.
Coming to America, Crocodile Dundee 2, and then Twins.
yeah. Calvin, have you ever seen Rain Man?
Yes, I have.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna say you'd really like it.
All right,
No, I wouldn't.
Eric. Eric, what year?
Not for the reason that you're thinking.
What's your year?
motherfucker.
86.
87. 87.
87.
So yours are number 1, 3 Men and a Baby,
Good movie.
Fatal Attraction,
Oh, real good movie.
Beverly Hills Cop 2,
Yeah.
Good Morning Vietnam, and then Moonstruck.
Good morning, Vietnam.
Oh, and,
Empire's Kids
and you
came
get
out in '88.
you get Untouchables too.
Oh my God.
All right, and then Calvin, you're 92.
Yeah.
Yeah, your number 1 is Aladdin, and then The Bodyguard, and then Home Alone 2, and
Yeah.
Basic Instinct.
Lost in New York.
Yeah, which is, I don't know. We watched that more recently with I watched it with my kids because it was Christmas time and stuff like that too, right?
Yeah.
So like I started like, you're gonna watch Home Alone. Now you're gonna watch Home Alone 2, and it's interesting because you're like watching it now. I don't know if I talked about this or not when I was thinking about it, but the things that he does in the first movie are like pulleys and ropes that light your hair on fire and you know all this different stuff, and then in the second one he throws a brick at a guy's face. You know, like,
In a tunnel like that.
From like the 3rd-story roof.
yeah, like
he electrifies him to death.
yeah, it's like so much more than just like, oh, I pull this, now an iron hit me in the head from 6 feet high. This is killing people in this next one. It's like he upped the ante this time. Damn.
Yeah. He did not satisfy his dark passenger.
Yeah, there's no like micro machines or Hot Wheels on the car that make you slip and fall down. You know, he's just like, I'm killing these fools.
Macaulay Culkin
Carved to death.
Macaulay Culkin, the man, is such an interesting person. Like,
He is.
him now, like, he hated his middle name or something like that, so he held an internet contest for people to make up a name and vote for it, and the middle name they chose was Macaulay Culkin. So
his name is Macaulay Culkin. Macaulay
Culkin.
Who is this? Wait, Macaulay Culkin? Changed his middle name to Macaulay Culkin? Why?
His legal name is Macaulay Culkin.
That is ridiculous.
He should have done it McClunky.
McClunky.
That wasn't a thing yet. You can't just McClunky things.
He can change it again.
He should have changed to McAllister.
That's like when oh shoot, I forget what country it was, but they built this top of the line like space age exploration ship for like deep sea exploration, and they held a contest online to see what its name would be. And the internet overwhelmingly voted that it should be named Bodie McBoatface.
McBoatface. Yep.
And they didn't do it.
Yeah, people stopped doing that. Let the internet decide real quick.
Yeah.
Except when it comes to reacting to shows.
That's true. Works out for us.
Because we're fools.
You gotta
no,
come
we
up with a
don't-
limited set of options.
Yeah, it's because we control the narrative.
Pick these options. Otherwise, you get who knows what. Man, I almost want to try to like take a year and then like guess what was the #1 movie that year.
Yeah.
Like as far as grossing and stuff like that. I like looking through some of this listings.
Rain Man would know.
Well, only in '88. Some of these are great. Like I forget about some of these movies. And Disney rocked some stuff. Like in 1996, the top grossing movies were Independence Day, Twister, and Mission Impossible. But then the next 4 are from Disney: The Rock, Hunchback of Notre Dame, 101 Dalmatians, and Ransom. Apparently are all Disney. According to this. Ransom I'm not sure about. Because the Ransom one I'm thinking of was Mel Gibson one, and I don't know how that's related to Disney. You right? You remember that? Ransom? Like Mel Gibson's boy gets stolen, he's trying to do stuff like that. I remember stuff like that.
Give back my son!
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
88 wasn't very good for Disney. That's when Oliver and Company came out.
Yeah, Oliver and Company wasn't great.
Man, I just Googled Ransom, like not in the movie, and I don't want to be put on a list now. It's like, how do you get ransom from someone? Ransom.
Cocktail came out in 88, Calvin.
Oh, hot damn, Calvin. We could have Tom
What?
Cruise marathon.
Oh, Cocktail.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to open up here for some questions. I know we got a few in.
Yeah.
Let's see what some people asked here before we wrap things up, because it's already 4:40.
Yeah, let's do it. Rapid fire questions.
Rapid fire.
Yeah, I answer quick.
Yeah.
I don't think
Well, I got to look and see. I don't know if we cleared this out before we got to this,
Gotcha.
so I got to see where we're at.
I want to see if there's a correlation between like the highest grossing movie of the year and the best wrestling match of the year.
Rick, I feel like that is data that
is essential.
only you could compile and correlate.
we should be funding this.
Yeah.
Well, I'll start with Squeegee Ouija because his was, since we have 9 people with Pokemon League, how will the first week of battles go? I'm just going to put this in here because we started the first week, which has been fun. I had a bye week, actually. It worked out pretty well because I used like a random generator thing. So everyone had assigned numbers, and then it just generated like who those 9 people were going to be, basically. And, or like what order they would go in. So it worked out pretty well. The first week's done, and we'll probably start the next week here soon, maybe. If people have been asking about wanting to start up, so if we get through the 9 matches,
Aaron?
huh? No, I had a bye week. No, I'm not doing a tournament because I wanted everyone to play and not get knocked out and stuff. So I had it set up with 9 rounds, or what I called weeks, because I didn't want to force people to try to like do more matches than what they could in a week. So essentially, all you gotta do is do 1 a week. and I don't want to rush people with that. So essentially, everyone will fight everybody, and then we'll just kind of see how the win-loss ratios play out.
Okay.
Which would be kind of cool, I think. Here we go. Epic Almond says, any series or movie that you regret having seen, can it be a reaction or something that you saw in your spare time? So I think what he's meaning, like, is there something that you regret that you've seen and maybe that you would like to react to, maybe? Maybe what they're asking here? Or
Sounds like negative.
Or just that you regret ever watching to begin with.
There's really nothing that I regret watching. I don't feel like.
I'm waiting on Rick because I feel like he has a list. He probably has a list of a list.
Yeah, he's just waiting for it to load.
Like he has a list that's like movies I've seen, and on that list it has like great movies, bad movies, mediocre movies, movies I never want to see again. And then he clicks those, and those open the list to the list of that category.
Yeah,
that's not far off.
I mean, if it's bad and we record a reaction, at least there was a positive.
Yeah,
like I'm sure Shane regrets the holiday special. But I wouldn't change that for the world for all of Christmas.
no.
Like there are a few movies that I haven't seen that I regret reading the plot synopsises to, because I feel like those have haunted me more because I pictured it worse than it could ever be portrayed on stream.
Yeah.
Or like on a video. I'm trying to look over the name of one of them. I can't remember the name anymore.
Yeah.
One of them was Antichrist with William Dafoe. That sounded pretty gruesome.
Okay.
It was a Serbian film, which came out in 2011, which has some very, very disgusting sounding scenes that
William
I
Dafoe
read.
was in a movie called Antichrist?
Yeah, it came out the same. Yeah. It came out the same year as Roger Rabbit. So who had that year? Eric, was it you?
No.
Was it Rick that had Roger Rabbit?
I did.
Okay.
Wasn't he in The Last Temptation of Christ?
So it came out in '88 because when I was looking stuff up, it was in that list of like random movies and stuff. So yeah, it looked I don't know, interesting, I guess.
Okay. He didn't get one of the parts in Tombstone because of that role.
Gotcha.
Willem Dafoe. I think it was Doc Holliday. He was considered for it, but then the studio didn't want him involved with the project because of that role.
But do yourself a favor, don't look up those movies.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they're real fucked up. Like, no joke.
All right. Well, let's with the topic of movie. Mr. Wright says, "What is your favorite action movies not in a franchise?" Mine is Mr. Wright starring Sam Rockwell. I do see the Iron
Mr.
Man.
Wright is fucking amazing. I cannot praise Sam Rockwell enough. Oh, I love it.
If they're not in a franchise, the first two I think of, number one is Last Action Hero.
Yeah.
Which isn't a franchise. Is actually is an Arnold movie, right? That's a standalone
movie.
I love it. I think it's a fun action movie. I have fun with it. The other one I would say that I don't believe is in any kind of franchise would be True Lies. Another Arnold movie, honestly. So
Yeah, sure.
I think that one's fun, and I love that one too.
I was gonna say True Lies.
Does like Bloodsport count? Because there were a lot of Bloodsports, but only the first one had Van Damme.
I would say that those aren't sequels or anything. Those were just like taking the same idea and trying to make money off of it. I know that's what sequels are, but
yeah. I mentioned before all of Errol Flynn movies. I think those are all great action movies that still hold up even today. The French Connection.
French Connection.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it, but the way you talk about it, I must.
Yes. Big Fat Gooner, you're right. Charles Dance is in Last Action Hero. I didn't know who he was then when I watched that. Like, I was still a kid. I said, Arnold, look at him go. This is such a fun movie.
Old Boy's not really an action movie, but it's got a hell of an action scene in it.
Yeah.
It does. The one shot is amazing in that, man.
Ooh, Foreigner.
Foreigner's pretty good.
That one.
Dude, you can put any Jackie Chan movie on there. Dude, it's just movies.
If I'm going to do that, what, Rumble in the Bronx? I'm putting that one in. That was great.
You can't put Rush Hour in there.
I suppose
Or
not.
Police Story, right? Because he has like 2 or 3 of those.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, Dip says, this kind of goes with the question we had before. What is the show you wish you didn't watch on your own that you could have reacted to for the channel?
Yuri on Ice.
If it was live, it would be Lost, just because of like all of the analysis and trying to figure shit out. Would have been really fun to do live. I also love the ending, so fuck you. Sorry.
Usagi Drop is another one I wish I had reacted to with Maggie.
I don't know. Mine might have been Doctor Who, just because like it'd been fun to have like going through all those. I had fun, and I still kind of reacted with stuff, but I knew it was coming. Yeah. It'd be interesting to have like an actual reaction to it. But the only thing with that one is that I would love that one the most, because I would love to have had a blank slate watching it for the first time, rather than seeing bits and pieces when I worked at Radio Shack, because the guy that I worked with loved it, and he would have it on all the time on the TV.
Yeah.
It wasn't like when I first watched it, I was clean and blank and didn't know anything.
I actually just thought of an answer for the movie that you regret, because I watched. Jancy got the new Vin Diesel movie Bloodshot.
Yeah.
And we started watching it, and we just turned it off.
Oh, really?
So bad.
That bad?
Really?
It was that bad. Maybe I was just in a mood that day, but we looked at each other and we were like, "This is terrible." We turned it off. Huh. So I'm gonna put that one in there, because it's at least most recently the movie that I just stopped watching it. Doolittle. Yeah. Doolittle was more watchable than Bloodshot.
You at least finished that one, right?
I finished that one. Yeah. Man, it was bad.
BM Live says, "Will you guys stream the Predator game sometime?" I wouldn't mind it. I mean, I love the Predator. I think it would be a fun game to play, especially with friends.
Yeah, absolutely.
Light just wants to know if we're all having a good day. It's been good.
Yep, great day.
Ackerman says, "As someone who has seen all the Star Wars movies, and that's it, would you recommend watching the Clone Wars series?"
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah.
Rick, what do you say?
I'm beginning to believe they might make the prequels better. They could make them worse.
Go ahead, Calvin.
No, I believe that they definitely make the prequels better.
Yeah, I just watched a video from a YouTube channel that I watch called Hello Greedo, and he was staunchly hated the prequels, and he talked about how, when the Clone Wars started coming out, people were like, it's not very good, don't bother, so he just never watched it. And then he started watching it like in 2017 and has slowly watched it, And he said, then I rewatched the prequels and suddenly I realized, like, I really appreciate these more somehow. So they will make you appreciate the prequels and just that era more. But also they're just some, as long as you remember that when it started out, it was meant for a younger audience and it matured with that audience, you'll have a real good time. And there's some that are like, those are okay. And then there's some that are like, holy shit, that's some of the best Star Wars, period.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really curious to watch the prequels again after I've seen that.
Yeah, I mean, the criticisms of those movies are still valid, but I think that you just enjoy the era more when you see it.
The thing that's nice
because there's so much more depth to it.
The thing that's nice is that you get these characters that you only get 3 movies with. There's several of those now that you get so much more time with, and even smaller characters in the movie that now you had hours with or something instead, because of various moments in the Clone Wars series and stuff that you're just like, oh man, look, there's Plo Koon. Whereas like in the original prequel trilogy, you're like, oh, look at that weird Jedi with like horns coming out of his face and goggles or something.
I just watched them as they came out. I watched them at the perfect age when I loved Star Wars but didn't know what a bad movie was, so I just have a bias against it.
The Full Bullpen says, was there any hobby or activity you got more invested in thanks to the lockdown?
Cooking.
Cooking? You got more invested in cooking?
Me and Jancy have been cooking like 4 or 5 times a week now, and it's been cool.
Gaming. Since the lockdown, I've been specifically Tarkov.
Gotcha.
Like in the past couple months, I've put like almost 500 hours into the game.
Jeez.
Wow.
I've had some more time with like family stuff, doing like Rock Band and stuff like that, which has been fun. But besides that, the only other thing that I kind of had, I guess, a little bit more time in, would have been WoW with some character stuff that I didn't get to do before. Because a lot of it would be like, well, I'm going to be on raiding night, and then that's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to get time to do anything else because of work and whatever else. So I got some more time to kind of get some of that stuff done. But not really any hobbies per se. And this hobby is my gaming.
I've just been programming, which I guess is a hobby. A lot of my hobbies went away with sumo wrestling. Professional wrestling is less and isn't quite what it was before all this. And I can't do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
just been programming. I haven't gotten more into pinball, but I've gotten more into repairing pinball.
Out of necessity.
True.
You want to play pinball.
All right. Franklin Lowe said, "Is there a way you can re-upload season finale for season 1 of Flash? Went back to your old channel. Sad to see that it's not up. So I don't know.
I'd have to figure out a way to get into the old channel, I think, because I don't even remember the passwords and
I think
shit.
the old channel would have been whatever your channel was first, because then the new channel is my channel, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
So-
we
I
also
believe so.
kind of merged with like the 1455 stuff, and I
Yeah.
don't even know if I can log in, but we can. Well, I'll do some research, see if we can figure it out.
All right. Golly Jr. says, will you guys ever go fully independent of YouTube, or do you think you'll always stick with YouTube? I mean, as far as YouTube, the one thing that it has biggest benefit-wise is just there's a large audience on YouTube already.
Yeah.
You know? So,
It's not like trying to make a film and getting into like Sundance or something like that.
well, the
Like,
thing
we
I
already
would,
have access to that.
yeah, the thing is, like, there's already people going to YouTube. The thing is, once we branch off, like, we have our website now. A lot of the traffic for there isn't that they just are naturally found because it's getting that into a good algorithm on like Google and things like that where people are finding it and stuff. So maybe eventually that could be a thing that happens, but it's the traffic and being able to make sure that our website one can handle that traffic. But YouTube, as of right now, it's not the best with like the way they handle some things, I'll say. But the thing they have is an audience that just, I'm going to go to YouTube and look stuff up, and then your algorithm points you to something, and then you're stuck in the YouTube hole, and you just find videos of all kinds of stuff, you know? So it appeals to a lot of people, and some people might just stumble across it that would never have been looking for a reaction of some sort because they're like, oh, look, this caught my eye. And independently, on like your own website or something, I don't feel like you wouldn't have that necessarily.
Yeah, I mean, so many people are going to go to YouTube, and if they're interested in, comic books or like, hey, I watched The Flash, I'm going to look up the Flash bloopers, and I'm watching the bloopers, and then maybe down here in the related is a reaction. What's that? And they watch, and hey, okay, I like that. It spoke to me. What else do they have? Oh, they do other shows. Maybe I'll subscribe. Like that is the best way for us to find new eyes. Everybody that's watching us right now, they found us that way. They didn't find us by looking up like The Flash reaction to season 6, episode 18. You know what I'm saying? So it's just about like, good.
If we weren't on YouTube, we'd probably be advertising on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you just can't get away from it.
Elite Beast says, what is the most interesting or unique anime you guys are currently watching in terms of ideas and storylines presented? Maybe an innovation or hard to predict. Steins Gate.
Hard to predict.
Hunter is hard to predict for me.
True.
Hunter. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Hunter is still like you can still see the groundwork from Yu Yu Hakusho, Dragon Ball Z.
Mm-hmm.
Like it takes it in different directions sometimes, but that foundation is still very solidly there. Or I feel like Steins Gate is fresh and unique.
I feel like the foundation in Steins Gate is a carpet that could be pulled out from underneath of me at any point. Everything that I think I know could just go away.
It's possible. It's very possible. Yeah, Steins Gate is one. Hunter I like a lot. I think it's pretty good. Those are both two big ones. I mean, we're not watching it right now, but we're waiting for it to come back. Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
Attack on Titan's great.
Yeah.
Crimson says, I noticed you guys we're back at the Wave Cave. Does this mean movie reactions and commentaries are coming back? I would say
eventually we're trying. We have like a kind of like a tier thing. Like, well, we have to make sure we are locking this down, and then we can do this, and then we can do this. So it's just kind of like staggering getting back into things. Like I said, it's transitions upon transitions before we can get back to it.
All right, I'll do these last two here. One is from M Knight, who says, "Would Rick ever consider putting his board game on something like Tabletop Simulator for people to playtest?"
Yeah, it's a possibility at some point, definitely.
I don't know what kind of copyright and stuff you would have to go through to get it on there and have someone decide that it's not a great game and take it, you know?
Well, I mean, the thing with that is there are no shortages of ideas. So it's a thing where it's all about the execution, right? So I'm not worried about someone stealing the idea of it. And if someone stole it for like word for word, then I already have like the rules copyrighted and stuff.
Oh, okay. So you already have all that stuff done then.
But I want to get it in front of Blindwave first, see what they think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then the last one we'll cover for now is Dreamchild, who says, "What show or game do you want to mentor one of your fellows through the most?" It's like a TV show or a video game that you would like
Stargate!
mentor us through playing and
Stargate.
understanding and being good at or whatever.
Stargate.
Berserk! And that's all of it. That's we're gonna watch 97. We're all gonna be around a campfire and start reading the manga together. It's gonna be great.
I mean, I want to say Lost, but so many of us have already seen it. Whereas Fringe, you guys haven't.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that would just be a lot of fun to have like 4 people that have never seen it to speculate on a show that I loved speculating so much, but never really did because I just watched it myself, So that'd be a lot of fun.
I mean, I already kind of did like Doctor Who, which is a good one. I guess I might go with like a game or something like that. Which, I mean, games that I would enjoy are probably ones that would be more competitive and trying to get you guys better with and stuff. Which the only one I can think of that I might try to pick
Siege
might be. I mean, that would be cool, like to lead like a 5-man siege team or something like that. It'd also be cool. Like I got pretty good back in the day doing like StarCraft 2. It'd be cool to kind of like teach you guys how to play StarCraft 2 and like work on getting pretty good at that. And funnily enough, I had a Facebook post that popped up that was talking about a buddy of mine, and it was how to learn your Dragon Ball Z character. And step 1 was you texted my buddy. Step 2 was he would tell you your name and then you don't tell him your real name. Because on a drunk party one time, I got a hold of a buddy's phone. And in his like phone listing, I changed a bunch of people's names from, this person's name's Adam. Well, that guy's Nappa now. This guy's name is Jonathan. Well, that's Piccolo. And I went through that. And nowadays, people don't know they don't know phone numbers by heart. Yeah. So he'd look at it and be like, "Oh fuck, who the hell's Piccolo?" Or someone would text him and be like, "Hey, who's this?" And he's like, "What do you mean?" Like, some guy changed all my names to to Dragon Ball Z characters. And I don't know who this is. He goes, "What's my name?" He's like, "Piccolo." He's like, "You can leave it that." So like stuff like that happens. So,
That's great.
I shared that on my Facebook and we started talking. And I was like, "Oh man, I've been watching Day 9 videos again and stuff too, missing the StarCraft days." And he's like, "Hey, we just played StarCraft last night." I was like, "Wait, what?" So I played StarCraft 2 for like the first time in years with my old StarCraft 2 buddies when we used to be like diamond players and stuff. And it was pretty fun just to be like, "Oh, let's try to play this again and see what it's like." So,
I've got 2 video games, one of which could either be a video game playthrough or a reaction, because it's an FMV video game called Contradiction Spot the Liar.
Yes.
Interesting.
Where you play as a detective, and it is absolutely incredible. If you haven't played it out there in chat, buy it, play it. It's amazing. You can get it on iPhone, you can get it on PC, you can get it on anything. It's absolutely incredible. And the other one would be Deadly Premonition, which is the Twin Peaks video game that is.
Yeah, that's also
Japan
extremely good.
did Twin Peaks. And
Didn't 2 just come out on the Switch?
the remake came out on the Switch, and 2 is coming out like in a month.
Oh, did it?
Gotcha.
Okay, I thought 2 already came out.
And the reason I would want to be there for you for that is because it is a terrible game in some aspects, and I need to tell you, for example, how to unlock fast travel, how to get the gun with infinite ammo, so that you actually finish the damn game.
So you're allowed to backseat that game, Rick? I'm not allowed to get backseated in Dark Souls, but you can backseat that game?
The FMV game is called Contradiction Spot the Liar.
All right, well, that's going to be the last question for today. I know there were some other ones. Next podcast, we usually cover some in the last 20 minutes or so make sure you guys submit questions for next time. Right now, redemption-wise, we have 20 squats for Rick, 10 push-ups for Calvin.
Okay.
And squats from me. So I have squats from Golly Jr. for rejecting my question on harassment of women last time. I don't remember doing that, but it was a monster in Dark Souls. It wasn't. I don't take full blame on that. Okay. Watch. If you don't understand what they're talking about,
the undead woman.
watch the highlight. Watch the highlight in Dark Souls. You'll understand. Rob was definitely.
Watch the highlight.
Rob was very. Yeah, he made sure to show all that.
Did you attack another NPC?
Not on purpose. And you go watch the highlight, Eric. You'll understand. You'll be like, damn, I would have attacked it too.
It sounded like he was pounding pussy before, right?
No, it was a dragon. Do your squats, Rick. Pong says for Rick to say Naruto. Ooh, Rick, you could say Naruto 5 times correctly instead of doing squats.
Ooh. Does the Uzumaki work?
Nope. It does not say Uzumaki. It says Naruto.
I'll get to the squats then.
All
right. And then hashtag squat squad from the full bullpen. And then Calvin, for not liking Tom Cruise, he is a great man. 10 push-ups.
He is a minute man.
Oh, that's so funny. All right, so they're going to be doing their exercises. Thank you guys very much for not letting me exercise. Okay, they're at home. I'm here at work. Okay, doing this stuff. Okay, tomorrow I will be streaming. No, I will not. Tomorrow Calvin and Rick will be streaming something. Saturday I'll be streaming at 2 p.m. more Half-Life 2. And Aaron will be back on Monday for more Dark Souls, where he beats women, apparently.
No, I didn't do any of that last stream, okay?
I heard that. You did that. You do that.
Yeah, so make sure you join Aaron for the women beating streams.
Damn it, guys. That's it. We're done. See you guys later.
Bye.
Have a good week. Goodbye.
What about bits, Aaron? I don't think you read any of them.
Yeah, I did. I read a few in the very beginning of like bits and stuff like that, but I didn't go through all of them.
For the train and stuff.
Let me find my button.
Our bad, everybody.
I suppose we'll go through and read all those.
So anticlimactic.
Damn.
We already lost half our audience.
Bye, guys.
Did we actually?
All right. So we had Fox who resubscribed, Cobb who subscribed as well, Franklin Lowe, Skinner 18, and then Franklin Lowe gifting a sub. And I think that's about as far as we got a few hours ago. So, Fomarock resubscribed for 18 months.
Thanks. Thank you, Fomarock.
Patrick Bro cheered 100 bits. Good to see you guys doing all right.
Thank you for the 100 bits, Patrick.
Kloss JS has resubscribed for 9 months.
Blood my baby Kloss.
Top Screen cheered 100 bits.
Yee.
Thank you, Top Screen.
Tori CS23 cheered 50 bits. Hi.
Thank you, Tori. Hi.
Jasmine Booth resubscribed for 26 months.
Thank you, Jasmine.
92 Chris Z has resubscribed for 9 months.
Thank you, Chris. Blood my baby.
Underhand Comic resubscribed for 16 months. Thanks for still giving us good content during these times.
Thank you for watching.
You're welcome.
Mad
you
Noel resubscribed for 5 months with a happy face.
Thank you.
LVLK fan cheered 200 bits.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Krayeros has resubscribed for 12 months.
Thank you for the year.
Thank you.
Elbra. I don't know how to say this.
Naruto, Aaron.
I don't know.
He said it right. Oh my gosh.
Zelbra has subscribed for the first time, it looks like here.
Thank you very much.
Seagate resubscribed for 3 months. Hey guys, been really enjoying the movie commentaries during the quarantine, especially the Harry Potter ones. Hope to see more in the future when you're able to safely record them again. Keep up the great work, guys. Appreciate it muchly.
Thank you.
Brandon Telford, 100 bits.
Thank you, Brandon.
Thank you,
Brandon.
Lil Pepto-Bismol subscribed for 3 months. Hey, Blindwave, just curious, but are you guys watching Steins Gate 0 when you finish Steins Gate?
It'll be on the poll, and it better win. God damn it.
Chris Dallos cheered 10 bits. I wish one day you guys could react to Kingdom. A lot of love from Colombia.
Thank you, Chris.
I've heard good things.
We had an anonymous cheerer with 100 bits.
Thank you, Anon.
Kobe Wan subscribed for 3 months on a 1 month streak. Finally able to make a live stream. Hope y'all are having a great day, and thanks for all that you do.
Thank you, Kobe Wan.
Thank you. Welcome.
Big Fat Gooner cheered 210 bits. Says, hope you guys are all doing well. Been loving the Twitch streams recently and just finished the Final Fantasy VII Remake. What games would you guys like to see remade from scratch for the next gen of consoles?
Final Fantasy 6, Final Fantasy 8, Final Fantasy 9.
Do you have any other franchises, Rick?
Chrono Trigger.
Excelsior.
Because I don't think that they
Ultima.
will be able to make a creative, good story. The people who own Metal Gear Solid just remaking the old like Metal Gear games into like modern day looking Metal Gear Solid games. At least that way you can just keep the same stories and stuff.
Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2 were my go-to, but I don't trust them anymore.
So yeah, I know. That's what I was just saying. Like if they just take those stories, just make them look good, like don't mess with the story at all, really, maybe, and it'd be all right. Digital Nick has resubscribed for 7 months. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Crimson with 100 bits. I was talking with a friend of mine on a stream last night, and we were talking about Jason Momoa. Could you see Jason Momoa being Sabretooth in an X-Men movie?
Ooh, that would be good.
That would be cool, yeah.
We see it, yeah.
He's not Canadian enough.
Is he not?
He can act Canadian.
Isn't that
Imogen.
what C is? Just a bunch of blind Canadians. I don't. Go ahead.
Imogen cheered 100 bits. Hope you're all well.
Thank you, Imogen. Yes.
Thank you.
Tattoo Mo resubscribed on a 10-month streak.
Thank you for the 10 months.
Brewski resubscribed for 10 months.
Thank you, Brewski.
Swag has resubscribed for 6 months. We are now entering the 3rd trimester.
Yes.
The Frenzy has resubscribed for 33 months.
Thank you so much for the 33 months, Frenzy.
Yeah, thank you.
Mythwing has subscribed for the first time.
Thank you.
Crimson cheered 100 bits. I have a question. I'm reading the My Hero manga and the Dragon Ball Super manga. Is there any manga that you guys want to read or thought about reading? I never think about reading.
Manga. I've been interested to read the Death Note manga.
It's great. I want to finish reading One Piece someday. I want to finish reading Berserk someday. If you never.
That's the thing about manga.
You do what you can, Rick. You do what you can. Stale Fry has subscribed for the first time, it looks like.
Thank you, Stale Fry.
Joe Jam Live has resubscribed for 8 months. Says, woo!
Woo! Almost there.
Herpin Derpin resubscribed for 7 months, saying, hey!
That name always gets me.
And then Dip602 resubscribed for 28 months. I am going through Clone Wars with full length, up to 50 episodes in, and I'm absolutely loving it. Also, just started Psych today. First episode was fun. It is a fun show.
Yes, it's a great show.
I also like the ending of Lost, Eric, but you should be ashamed of yourself, because hashtag you didn't check the box, Eric.
For what? Damn it.
Oh, not again.
I think me and Melanie had that in either Supergirl or Batwoman or something like that. And I said, guys, down in the comments, hashtag you didn't check the box. Tweet Eric at ericwhiteley.com, or not ericwhiteley.com, but at Eric Whiteley on Twitter. Tweet him. Tell him. Hashtag you didn't check the box. I think that might be what
That's one thing I never fuck up whenever I have to do it for Eric because his internet's down or whatever, because I know I'll be mocked.
Make sure I check the damn box.
I was checking all the posts to see which one it was.
All right, guys, that looks like all of them. So I appreciate everybody who subscribed, all the bits, redemptions, you guys sticking around and watching. We will be back tomorrow, or at least Calvin and Rick will. And then I'll see you guys on Monday, hopefully, for Dark Souls. So.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you, guys.
Bye, everybody. Peace out.
Calvin, Tom Cruise background.
Too late. Oh, no, I gotta hit the transition button.
Ah!
Ah!